This is the first conference matchup between these two teams in quite a while.
Yeah, don't forget, folks, that the Chargers haven't been in the SMAC conference. So so Burns can brag about their SMAC conferences, but Crest hasn't been in it. So this makes a big difference now. And what's neat about this SMAC, Dan, is that we can have 3 state champions from it this year.
Exactly.
Hike to Montgomery looking right. He's got the big man Gillette for the first down, 6-yard gain, maybe 7 yards up to the 31, 7-yard gain from Montgomery to Gillette. Number 11, Denzel Gillette with the catch. Now, he's a hard matchup, Dan. Not too many people have DBs that can guard somebody that's 6'9". I'm looking over at Crest corner number 15, Jabari Foster at 5'8". I mean, he's 13 inches taller than him, Dan. That would be me out there trying to cover a 6'9" guy. And then what's bad about it is looking over here to the left, Bulldogs' other receiver, Reggie Shanks, 6'5", 6'6". So it's not like got any shorties out there. Snap. Handoff, Tylen Ruff up the middle, and he's going to get up to the 35-yard line. Gain of 4 on the play for the Bulldogs. Going to make it now 2nd and 6.
Tylen's first carry of the night. He's averaging over 100 yards per game. Several games ago, he went over the 1,000-yard mark on the season.
Montgomery and the Bulldogs looking to the sideline, folks. They get their calls from Coach Beam there on the sideline. A lot of hand signals, a lot of codes. They're going to line up 3 wide. Montgomery's going to keep it himself up the middle. Bounces to the outside. He's got a hole open up. Good block by Shank. Montgomery across the 50 to the 40, and now run out of bounds. The third way late hit. Montgomery's knocked almost on the track. And number 1 for the Crest Chargers, Omar Brooks with the late hit, is going to add 15 yards to the end of the play, Dan. And they're marking him out at the 33. So that means
a 32-yard pickup for
plus 50, and add 15 onto the end of that. They'll get it near the 18-yard line. They're going to mark it, no. Yeah, 18-yard line is where the Chargers will, where the Bulldogs will have the ball. 1st and 10 on the opening drive of the ball game. Bulldogs driving, Dano.
They are as another first down, a Pegram Insurance first down for the Bulldogs. Montgomery with the big game, our Order Supermarket offensive player to watch for Burns.
Well, that's showing you right there that the Chargers intend on hitting Chris Montgomery, especially along the sidelines, but he was good 3 yards out of bounds when Brooks made contact. Not a smart decision at all. We got Tylen Ruff on the end around. He's going to be pulled from behind and slung down by the Chargers. And it looks like
he's going to get back almost at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, nothing. Line of scrimmage there, so 2nd and 10 now for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs want to run pretty much their whole entire offense on this spread. They move some Hill and a couple of guys in motion. They'll hand off on some end arounds. Tylen Ruff left, Tylen Ruff right, Montgomery keepers. Quite a bit of he got about any option he wants to out of this one formation all the way down the field. Montgomery in the shotgun, Ruff to his right. Montgomery's going to keep it, look for a hole, chops his feet, but he's going to get eat up down in the middle. 2-yard gain there from Montgomery up to the 15. No, 3-yard gain up to the 15-yard line. I know you like to have Montgomery running because he's your fastest player, Dan, but I don't know how many times you want him going straight up the middle on Chris.
Yeah, and being hit by his big defensive players for the Chargers.
That's Tylen's job. Yes, I'm sure that's what Chris thinks.
Yeah.
Shotgun spread. Ruff in the backfield. 3rd and about 7. And the Bulldogs are going to look for probably a little slant or something here. Gallette's got a 5'8" kid on him. Maybe they can just work him. Gallette's going straight in the end zone. He turns around. He's got him wide open. Touchdown! Bulldogs! Denzel Gillette, 15-yard touchdown on 3rd and 7.
His second reception of this drive, and the Bulldogs go 80 yards for their first touchdown of the evening.
Boston Pharmacy touchdown by the Burns Bulldogs. Denzel Gillette, 15 yards, 5'9", a 5'8" cornerback guarding a 6'9" wide receiver. Gillette finds a spot in the zone, sits down, and they lose him in the zone. I don't know how you lose a 6'9" receiver, but he did it, Dan, and it's 6-0 Bulldogs.
And here comes Cody Dorsey in.
Snap's good. Holds good. Kick is good. 7-0 Bulldogs. On the Medical Arts Pharmacy scoreboard, Bulldogs 7, Chargers nothing. We'll be right back on KTCBroadcasting.com.
They will buy, sell, or trade Androids, iPhones, and all electronics of value. Real Talk offers Androids and iPhones on America's largest network with no contract, credit check, or deposit. Real Talk is located on Highway 18 on the corner at the traffic light in Fallston. Call 704-312-6091. Open 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday and 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturday. Real Talk.
And on the Medical Arts Pharmacy scoreboard, it's 7-0 Bulldogs after a Fallston Pharmacy 15-yard touchdown from Chris Montgomery to Denzel Gillette.
A 7-play, 80-yard drive for the Bulldogs.
Helped out by a 15-yard penalty from Crest for hitting Montgomery late. So you see it's 7-0 here.
And, of course, they go for one after the touchdown. What'd I tell you?
Yeah, against good teams, you can't just mess around.
No.
Pop up Dorsey, pops it up to the side. Number 4's got the ball. Tries to stiff arm, nowhere to go, and he's going to be tackled about the 32-yard line where the Chargers will take over. The return there from number 4, Jordan Oates, the 5'9", 150-pound 11th grader. First and 10 Chargers, ball on the 32-yard line. This will be their first chance to run the offense. And like we said, the Chargers like to run that ball. We'll see. They're going in the pistol formation. 2 wide receivers behind him. And the ball's through his hands. Bulldogs coming after it. Running back's got it in the 10. He's going to get run out of bounds at the 12 late as he runs into the TV crew. Number 24 ended up with the ball, Jalen Moore, all the way back to the 12, so a 20-yard loss. And I guess that'll go to Jalen Moore, even though it was never a handoff to him.
No, it wasn't.
And that's not going to help Moore's rushing stats at all.
But you know what? He's got plenty of time to make it up.
Yeah.
Know.
That's not what you want on your resume.
No,
20-yard loss. Shotgun snap high over P.J. Brooks' hands. Now this is right to him. Fullback dive. And they'll get tackled right on the 15, it looks like. So a gain of 2. Jalen Moore. It's going to be the hardest thing is keeping up when these teams do run the option, Dan, is who's got the ball.
That's right.
So in the backfield for the Chargers is 24, Jalen Moore. And I'm trying to find the other back's number. I can't quite see it. Yeah, we'll get it in a minute. 20 something else. I'll get it in a minute. P.J. Brooks back in the pistol. They got a wing back, 2 wide receivers, and 2 running backs. Brooks, fullback dive again, this time to the other running back, number 21, Dan. That's Trey Harbison. So Harbison Moore in the backfield for the Chargers, and they're going to have to punt here early on their first drive after the first play of the game. Crest Chargers center hikes it over the head of P.J. Brooks. Which isn't hard. PJ's not exactly the tallest quarterback out of 5'7", Dan.
No, he's not.
But
he's very athletic.
It's hard to snap it over his head when he's in the pistol. You know, the shotgun's different than the pistol. But shotgun's 5-7 yards deep. Pistol only 3. Decent punt. Going to go across the 50. Land. It's going to be a crest row inside the 40. They're going to stop it near the 38-yard line, and that's where the Bulldogs will take over. 38-yard line after a 38, 12,
40-yard punt.
50-yard. Right?
28 and 12.
Okay. That's right. That's why Dan does the right story stat sheet, folks. Right there.
Actually, my cohort here, he's pretty good at math. I listen to him a lot.
All right, Bulldogs going to come back to the line of scrimmage. They got 2 wide receivers right. They got a tight end in this formation, Dan, with 2 running backs in the backfield with Montgomery. Fakes the middle. King's going to get the ball. Jalen up to about the 40. Looks like 3-yard line is where they're going to mark him. So he ended up getting 5 yards on that play.
Yeah,
Dan.
he did. Good pick up for Jalen. want to thank the folks here at Crest, Guy Silver, the AD, Mr. Graves, the principal, and of course
he's one of us in the parking lot.
That's right, and Coach Mark Barnes, and the guy here doing the PA. He's been doing it for years, Larry McIntyre. Appreciate all those people's help here.
Lots of hospitality up here in Bowling Springs, home of Dan Greer. Handoff, keeper. Sorry about that. Montgomery's going to get up to the 46-yard line. So a gain of 3 on the carry.
And he's got a first down. No. He likes 2 more. 2 more.
All right, Chargers fans getting into it, Dana. You can hear them on the mic. 3rd and 2, Bulldogs. Looking to keep the ball. Be a big stop here for the Chargers. Montgomery's going to keep it himself. Look for a hole, slashes, and he's going to get it. He's going to be at the 50s where they're going to mark him down. 4-yard gain. Bulldogs with a first down brought to you by
Pegram Insurance.
That's going to be the hardest thing for me to remember is getting back into the sponsors. Crest ain't ready. Burns lined up. Crest running players on and off the field. Bulldogs let them get lined up. Coach Beam then makes his call. They're going to do some shuffling here and there. 4 wide receivers and a tight end. Montgomery in the backfield by himself, looking left. Does the give and go. Gillette looking deep, but Montgomery's going to get run out of bounds. Looks like he lost 2, maybe 1. Let's see where they end up finally putting the ball.
Going to be just inside the 50.
What, loss of 1, Dan?
I know. As they put it down, loss of 1, about 49. Montgomery, 6 carries and 45 yards so far from the Wright Stewart stat sheet.
Two wide receivers right. Montgomery hands up off the middle. Talon Ruff, he's wrapped up. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage with a 1-yard gain up to the 50. 3rd and 10 now for the Bulldogs. Going to have to put together another big 3rd down play here to keep these chains moving. Crest looking for this stop. May have forced Cody Dorsey to punt. We're not forcing you. No, you can't be forced to punt.
No, but in this situation, you want to for the field position. Yeah.
They fake the play, see if they can get Crest jump off sides. They don't. Now Coach Beam sends in another call. 3 wide receivers right, 1 left. Just trying to spread out that safety. And they double team it over here to the left. Montgomery's going to have to roll left. Nobody's over. He's going to have to keep it himself. And he finally throws it late, and he gets across. What a good play by Montgomery. He was behind the line of scrimmage. I was looking right down it. Gets the play off. Shank with the catch. First down, Bulldogs. That was a good play. That was a good call, folks. He threw it behind the line. He was right on it. The rule is, Dan, you have to be completely body everything over the line of scrimmage, and Montgomery was right on the 50 when he let that go.
It's just inside, Burns just inside the 40 now.
All right, Bulldogs shotgun. 3 wide receivers right. Montgomery's going to keep this one again. And once again, he's hitting head on with the middle linebackers.
So he's going to pick up about 5 or so.
Yep, he's on the 30. So 5-yard gain for Montgomery. Play number 9, he lost his helmet. He's going to have to come off the field for a minute, get the sub in. Bulldogs pretty much staying in this 3-wide right formation, 1 receiver to the left. And Talon Ruff has just been pretty much switching which side he's on of Crest. Montgomery back to pass. Got the little button hook there near the first down, but he dropped it. Dan, he had a first down. And Jalen King or Hill? Jalen King can't hold. There's 2 of them. There's 2 Jalen.
That's right.
King can't hold on to the ball. Hits him right in the chest. Just can't reel it in. Quite
a crowd here tonight. Rather cool temperatures in the 50s. luckily, the rain got out of the area before early this afternoon, so got a pretty good night for football.
They're trying to get them to jump. Nothing going. 3 wide again this time. Same formation. Montgomery back to pass. Looking right. He's got a slant. Throws it high. He overthrew a 6'9" wide receiver, Gillette. Incomplete pass, and the Bulldogs will have to either pooch punt one inside the 20 or go for it here. Coach Beam's going to go for it on this side of the field, so I would expect in a 4th down attempt here.
I think you will go for it. Ten seconds left in the play clock.
4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2, hike. Montgomery looking left, throws it high, no good. Crest will take over on the 31-yard line. Down 7-0 on the Medical Arts Pharmacy scoreboard. The turnover on downs gives the Chargers the ball on the 30. They're going to give them on the 30. They were on the 31. 30 was supposed to be on the 31-yard line.
It was on the 30, I believe. But
okay. Yeah, they're going to mark it on the 30.
3:21 remaining in the first quarter. Bulldogs leading Crest 7-0 on the Medical Arts Pharmacy scoreboard. Harbison picks up a couple yards on the carry on first down.
Harbison 2-yard gain there. Chargers line up in the pistol. We think this is their favorite formation. 2 wide receivers, 1 right, 1 left, and a wing back. Right behind the left tackle is where he's been hanging out mostly here in these first couple drives. P.J. Brooks in the pistol, 5 yards back. 3 yards back. Snap. He's going to keep it. Outside linebacker commits, but he's going to get caught from behind by one of our nose tackles. Number 54 actually making the play for the Bulldogs. Good play there from behind. Kevin Toms on the stop.
Yeah, great stop of Toms and pick up on the play of about 3 yards. That was Brooks' first official carry of the night.
PJ looks, little swing pass. And he's got more. Jalen, stiff arm, another stiff arm. He pushes back again. Hunte Coates, another stiff arm. Touchdown, Chargers.
What a play by
3 stiff arms down the sideline. They had him tackled. The Bulldogs had him tackled, and he kept stiff arming him out of the way.
A 65-yard pass completion play for a touchdown.
I don't know, A, how he didn't get tackled, and B, how he didn't get pushed out of bounds. Bulldogs had their chances and didn't get it done, and now Crest has scored at 7-6. Bulldogs, and the Chargers will go for 1 here with the extra point. Snap's good. Hold. Up. And good. 7-7 on the Medical Arts Pharmacy scoreboard. We'll be right back on KTCBroadcasting.com.
Here, lizard, lizard, lizard.
Oh no, it's total mayhem.
Hurry, call your good neighbor.
You can't. They're not even there.
Why, they can't even lend a good hand.
Oh. Relax. At Pegram Insurance, we've got you covered. Pegram Insurance Agency, 220 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, and in the Town & Country Shopping Center in Lincoln. Parker Farm Service in Kings Mountain has America's top-selling subcompact tractor of the decade, the Kubota BX Series. And now you can save big with this special offer from Kubota and Parker Farm Service. Now you can buy the new Kubota BX Series tractor for 0 money down, 0% APR financing for 60 months. But that's not all. You get a $500 customer instant rebate. Find out all the details at Parker Farm Service, 126 Bessie Drive at the Oak Grove, Highway 74 bypass intersection, Kings Mountain.
All right, kickoff goes out of bounds through the end zone, so a touchback for the Bulldogs. Dan, we got a drive summary for the folks at home.
Yeah. 3-play, 70-yard drive for the Chargers. 65-yard pass completion play from Brooks to Moore for the TD Trejo. It's the extra point. Hey, we're tied at 7 with a minute 55 left in the first quarter on the Medical Arts Pharmacy scoreboard.
Bulldogs take over. It wasn't really a busted play, but it was a play the Bulldogs should have had stopped in the backfield. It was a little swing pass. And then Moore with a wonderful stiff arms down the sideline and way to stay in bounds. This time a pass up to Gillette to the 37-yard line.
Gillette's third reception of the game. 17-yard pickup and a Bulldog first down.
If Gillette gets real serious and real mean, Dan, he could cause a lot of problems, especially in the playoffs. He's just a tough matchup all around. 6'9". I mean, that's Gronkowski out there. Handoff, Talon Ruff bounces off a back, bounces to the outside, nowhere to go. He's going to be tackled for, looks like, a loss. Now, they're going to mark him back at the line of scrimmage, so no-yard gain there. Right at the line of scrimmage, so no gain for Talon Ruff on the play, but there is a flag down, holding on the Bulldogs, and there'll be a 10-yard penalty on the Bulldogs. Minute 31 to play, 7-7. Chargers and Bullies. All right, so now it'll be 1st and 20. A couple of things just. All right, 1st and 20. Bulldogs back in the same formation, trips right. Looks like Crest showing blitz, handoff Ruff. And Ruff is going to get up near the 30, it looks like. 30-yard line on the gain, so 3-yard gain for Ruff. On 1st and 20 makes it 2nd and 17 now for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs looking to take a chunk out of this one. Crest sitting back. They've stepped back into looks like a cover 2. Montgomery looking deep. Nowhere to go. Everybody went deep. He's got 4 receivers deep. Now he's just going to sling it deep to Gillette. He jumps and catches it. You can't do nothing about that, Dan. Ball on the 30.
He gets the rebound there to 6'9".
41-yard pass from Montgomery. Hail Married it, just tossed it up. And Denzel Gillette is the man tonight at Crest High School. He just goes up and gets that. Bulldogs, I think they had a miscommunication, Dan. I don't think 4 people were supposed to go deep. So 41-yard gain on the pass. Montgomery hands off up the middle. Tyler Ruff, he's going to get up to the 25. So gain of 5 for Ruff on the run. Folks, these statisticians do a lot of work, a lot of writing, trying to keep up, especially when the Bulldogs start
no
huddling. And now they're going to call it end of the quarter. End of the first quarter, folks. So on the Medical Arts Pharmacy scoreboard, after 1, it's 7-7. Bulldogs driving ball on the 25. When we come back, we'll be right back on KTCBroadcasting.com.
Where are you eating breakfast today? Have you tried the Hub Cafe located inside Medical Arts Pharmacy? The Hub opens at 7 a.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. on Saturday, serving an old-fashioned country breakfast at affordable prices. You'll find homemade biscuits, bacon, country sausage, country ham, liver mush, eggs, omelets, all cooked to order on the grill. Call 487-0511 or come on into the Hub Cafe for a delicious country breakfast located inside Medical Arts Pharmacy, 108 Grover Street, Shelby.
Welcome back to Crest High School, Sid Bryson Stadium. As you see, it's 7-7, 12 minutes to go. Or start of the second quarter. Bulldogs marching. They'll have the ball on the 25. They're in Crest territory after a 41-yard pass from to Gillette, and then a 5-yard Talon Rough run makes it 2nd and 5 now. Montgomery's going to keep it left, going left, nowhere to go, and he's going to be slammed down by the defensive end, doing a good job over there. Looks like a 1-yard loss on the play. Some early scores. The East Lincoln Mustangs lead 7-0 over Maiden. Folks, you can watch that game on KTCBroadcasting.com. The other huge game in the area tonight on our stations. Bandy's up 10-0 on West Lincoln right now. Not what the Rebels wanted and expected. 3rd and 6 now. Coach Beam still sending in signals. Bulldogs checking them out. This time, Bulldogs have split their wide receivers. They got 2 on each side. Coach Beam's going to take a timeout, and we'll be right back on KTCBroadcasting.com.
The leaves are falling, and so are the prices at S&R Auto Sales in Shelby. Now is the time to hurry into S&R Auto Sales in Shelby for great fall savings. And down payments start as little as $699. Pick up this week's What's Up Shopper for their selection or visit their website at srautosales.com. And be sure to play their sports trivia question of the week. The leaves are falling, and so are the prices at S&R Auto Sales in Shelby, your buy here, pay here headquarters, and the home of the satisfied customer.
For 22 years, Little Hardware and Garden Center has been serving you with the best selection of hardware, lawn and garden supplies, and a wide variety of dog and other animal feed. Ed and Linda Lell thank you for your patronage over the years. And now, check out the low prices on 40 and 50-pound bags of dog food at Lil Hardware. Plus, local honey is now available. Lil Hardware and Garden Center, Highway 18 between Shelby and Falston. Visa, MasterCard, and Discover cards accepted.
Montgomery scrambles, going for the first down, and he's going to get out of bounds. First down, Bulldogs, as Montgomery scrambles to the 16-yard line. So, 10-yard run for Montgomery. Good job there for Chris.
And a bigger insurance first down.
Real quick, Dan, we're going to finish up that last. It was only 1 second left. Now we're back. I knew we'd cut it off right to the last end. Montgomery in the shotgun. He's going to keep it himself. Option. Nobody in front of him. He's going to score. Touchdown, Bulldogs. 16-yard run.
Hey, our Orr Supermarket player to watch tonight for Burns on offense. You're seeing why.
And Bulldogs fans, Chris Montgomery found the hole, sliced right through it, just too quick for the linebacker. The linebacker got pinned, and Montgomery was gone. He knew he was keeping that ball from the get-go, Dan, because Ruff was his option there, and he never looked at him after the first 2 steps. 10:59 to play.
That was his 10th carry tonight. This for a touchdown. He has 78 yards rushing.
Montgomery doing it on the ground. Dorsey to kick. Montgomery holds, kicks high, but he's got it anyway. I mean, the hold was high. The kick's good. 14-7. We'll be right back on KTCBroadcasting.com. Bulldogs lead on the Medical Arts Pharmacy scoreboard.
Take 36% off. That's right, 36% off during the Samsung bestsellers at your nearest Hendrick Appliance location, including Samsung washers, dryers, and refrigerators. Plus, take 20% off Samsung's best-selling ranges and ovens. It's a red, white, and blue savings sale going on right now at your nearest Hendrick Appliance, 2689 East Main Street in Boger City, 4027 East Franklin Boulevard in Gastonia, and 1241 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby.
Welcome back to Sid Bryson Stadium, where it's 14-7. The Bulldogs have taken the lead. And, Dan, they scored on a minute 1 there after we come back in the timeout, of course. But Bulldogs will kick off now up 14-7 on the Medical Arts Pharmacy scoreboard. You got that drive summary yet for us?
Well, I have it for you just a second.
All right. 14-7. Other area scores real quick. Bandy's leads 10-0 over West Lincoln. Cherryville 7-0 over Community School of Davis, and East Lincoln over Maiden 7-0. Statesville 14-0 over North Lincoln. Another short kick. Crest is going to hold on to it out of bounds. Does a little shimmy shake, finds a hole, and he's got some room. Uh-oh. And he's going to get across the 50. They're going to mark him just inside the 50. I'd put it at the 49. Maybe, Dan, we'll see where they put the ball at the end.
But that Bulldog touchdown, 8 plays, 80 yards. Montgomery goes to final 16 on the ground. Dorsey kicks the extra point. And with just under 11 minutes to go in the first half, Bulldogs lead 14-7 on the Medical Arts Pharmacy scoreboard.
Short kick allowed Crest to get the ball up to the 50. So the Chargers will take over at the 50-yard line. And the pistol, 1 wide receiver, 2 tight ends, maybe 3 tight ends. And Crest's going to take time out. We'll be right back on KTCBroadcasting.com.
Cleveland County's largest selection of home medical equipment is at Medical Arts Pharmacy. You'll find jazzy power chairs, motorized scooters, manual wheelchairs, walkers, canes, crutches, hospital beds, ostomy supplies, diabetic shoes and socks, compression hose, as well as other medical equipment and supplies. Medical Arts Pharmacy, 108 Grover Street, across from the hospital in Shelby.
In search of a good quality vehicle to get you around town, on the road, or wherever you need to go, go by and see Marty Hambrick at Hambrick Auto Sales in downtown Bellwood. And right now at Hambrick Auto Sales, they have a 2007 Cadillac CTS, and it's only $9,700. That's right, $9,700. Go by and see Marty today at Hambrick Auto Sales. They're located on Highway 18 in downtown Bellwood.
Crest with a handoff up the middle, Moore, and he's going to get tackled at the 45-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play, Jalen Moore. That'll get the clock moving. 10:40 to play. 14-7 Bulldogs lead over the Crest Chargers. Second quarter action. Crest going to line up this time. A little funky. And the Wildcat, that's what's going on. Moore back in the Wildcat. Moore's going to keep it. Running left. And he gets up to the 41-yard line. Close to a first down. Gain of 4 on the play. Going to make it third. And it looks like 1 yard to go.
Shelby leading, drawn 14-0, and they're driving again as we speak.
Let's see, back in the Wildcat, same formation they just run, looking for 1 yard. Yes, if Sedarius blows it up, he does. The linebackers almost clean it up, but it's going to be real close to a first down. We'll probably maybe have a measurement here, Dan. Don't count on it, but we might have one.
More on the carry. I believe it's going to be short. It's going to be third down and short yardage.
Fourth down.
Fourth down, Drake.
4th and inches. Big play. Bulldogs can stop them here. It'll be a huge turn of events here as both teams right now so far have scored. They're going back to the Wildcat, same formation. They're going to bust it up in there. I don't think they're fooling anybody with P.J. Brooks way out to the right. Moore's going to keep it, and he's got the first down and a few extra yards up to the 36. 5-yard gain for Jalen Moore gives the Crest Chargers 1st and 10 at the 36. Chargers coming back to the line. Let's see, they're still P.J. Brooks is back at quarterback now, so they're back in their formation. Crest likes to use the pistol. Burns likes to use the shotgun spread. Brooks, option right. Nobody out there to stop him, and he's scampering around the sideline and out of bounds. Going to mark him out of bounds about the 22-yard line. Gain of 14 on the play for P.J. Brooks. He got around that corner, and there was no linebacker, Dan, to stop him.
No, another Crest first down.
All right, now shotgun with two backs. I'm going to call it the pistol wishbone. How about that? It's wishbone without a quarterback is what it is. Pistol wishbone. PJ up the middle, 21 with the carry. Harbison's going to get up to the 14-yard line, so a gain of 8 on the play. Big carry by Harbison on the quarterback keeper.
Harbison, a name that is well known in Crest football history here.
Let's see, Bulldogs. They're going back to the Wildcat again. There, then Jalen Moore keeps pushing and pushing and pushing. He's going to get tackled.
Down close.
They're not. He's getting 4 or 5 yards to carry. Bulldogs are going to have to put some penetration. They're going to mark him down at the 7.
They'll pick up with 7.
And the Chargers come back up, line up in the Wildcat. PJ Brooks out wide. And there's a snap to Jalen Moore up the middle. And he's going to get up to about the 4-yard line. So 3-yard carry there for the Chargers.
And now Moore, after that 20-yard loss when he recovered a fumble.
Is he back to 0 yet?
No, he's now at 7 carries and 2 yards.
Okay. Yeah, first play of the game snapped over PJ Brooks' head. Wildcat again. Moore bounces to the outside. No linebacker there. And he dives for the touchdown. He's going to get it. Touchdown, the Chargers. Jalen Moore with a score. And that's going to make it 14-13. And Crest will try to score with the extra point. Here, let's see if they can tie it up. Snap. Hold is good. Almost blocked. Ooh! Good 14-14, though. Medical Arts Pharmacy scoreboard. After the Falston Pharmacy touchdown, the Chargers have tied the score at Sid Bryson. We'll be right back on KTCBroadcasting.com.
Attention students and parents, it is time to look for that perfect class ring. And Wright's Jewelry in Boston has a large selection of both art carved and gold lance class rings. Priced from $149.95. Students may choose from a large selection of styles, stone choices, and side panel designs. All class rings have a lifetime warranty and free sizing is available. Show your school pride and spirit with a class ring for today's student. Your class ring headquarters, Wright's Jewelry, Highway 18 North in Falston.
Here we are. Welcome back to in the second quarter. 7:04 to play. Second quarter action. 14-14 Medical Arts Pharmacy scoreboard. Chargers and Bulldogs are tied. Kickoff deep. Bulldogs going to have a chance to return it. First return tonight for teams in Tylen Ruff. Just moonwalked once he got to the 22. Moonwalked back to the 20. Turned the other way. Nice little move. They're going to mark him down at the 24, Dan. We got a scoring summary.
Yeah, Crest goes 50 yards in 9 plays with Jalen Moore scoring from 4 yards out. Troy hits the extra point, and we're tied at 6:55 left in the first half at 14 on the Medical Arts Pharmacy scoreboard.
Bulldogs thought they had them stopped a couple times on that drive, and Crest just kept pounding and pounding and pounding. And the offensive line, I got to give credit for the Chargers. I mean, they're not really doing anything fancy, Dan. They're just moving the ball right down the throats of that defense. Snap, Montgomery. He's rolling right. Speed option. Now he's going to pitch it to Ruff. Ruff tries to cut back. Nowhere to go. And he's going to get, looks like, at the 25. So they're going to give him 1 yard. No, 2 yards on that. 2-yard gain for Tylen Ruff.
Well, let's see where they finally place it. About 20. Yeah.
Shelby 14-0 last thing I saw on here, Dan. No, 21-0. RJ George just threw a second touchdown pass to Ralph John. Shotgun Montgomery, he's looking left, reading left. He's going to step up in the pocket, nowhere to go, and he's sacked at the 22-yard line. Loss of 3 on the play. Going to make it 3rd and 11 now for the Bulldogs. Don't like to be running backwards. We're moving the chains backwards.
No. Of course, this first game for, am I right? First game for Shelby since the loss to Burns?
Yes, they took a week off. 28-0 South Point over North Gaston. That's going to get ugly tonight. Montgomery going back to pass. Got a swing pass, Tyler Ruff, and he can't catch it. And the referee's going to call incomplete. He dove on it just in case. But incomplete pass, that's going to bring up 4th and 11. And in comes Cody Dorsey and the defense. And the punt team. 14-14, 5:36 to play here in the second quarter. And you can hear the fans getting pumped. East Lincoln takes a 21-0 lead, Dan, over Maiden. Thought that'd be a close game. All right, Dorsey now back to punt. Snap's good. Ooh, almost blocked. I don't know how he got that through him. It was a ghost trying to block that. And he's going to get across the 40 to the 39-yard line on the return. That was not Chris Montgomery, but that was Jordan Oates, the junior, on the return there for the Chargers. And the Chargers take over in Bulldog field. 5:25 to play.
And we're tied at 14 on the Medical Arts Pharmacy scoreboard in the first half.
Unless Crest fumbles here, Dan, this could be the last drive the way they're
going.
The way they're running the ball. Just 3 or 4 yards in a cloud of dust tonight is the strategy, it looks like, for the Chargers. Cherville takes 14-0 lead at home. That conference is going to come down to the Ironmen and the Yellow Jackets. Handoff fullback. Harbison, he gets 1 yard on the carry. And that'll get that clock moving. So I'm thinking it'll be the last drive of the first half. Crest is probably playing for a field goal, at least they want the touchdown. They'll take a field goal and run the clock out. That's what they'd like to do. Quick first half here. This clock keeps on moving like it is. P.J. Brooks now in the shotgun wishbone. He's going to take it option middle, running left. And he's finally tackled 36-yard line, Dan. So gain of 2 on the play for PJ. Brooks listed, of course, like we said, 5'7", 150 pounds. I believe that had to be weighed with him with a helmet on and holding the 25-pound dumbbell. PJ, very fast, very skinny, very, very, very thin, very quick. He gets going. He's hard to catch. Little swing pass again. This is the play that scored, and not this time. Ajante Coates from Damonte Hall. That was Hall that made that play. Damonte Hall tried to rip it. Let's see where they're going to mark it, Dan. I can't tell what they're doing.
Looks like right on 33.
Right on the 30.
That 30-yard line, okay.
So that's going to make it 4th and 1. I'm sure they'll go for it. 4:10 to play. On the Medical Arts Pharmacy scoreboard, this will be the second 4th down attempt for Crest in the last 2 drives. They got the last one. I'm sure they'll call the exact same play.
Yeah, both of them have been in Burns territory.
Moore up the middle, and he's going to get it. First down, Chargers. They'll have a first down on the 29-yard line, and that'll stop the clock for a second. We got a Bulldog down on the field holding his leg. We might have to take an injury timeout here, Dan. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Once we'll tell you our injury situation.
New owner, new attitude. That's Forest City Honda, voted the best new car dealer in Rutherford County for the 2nd straight year. And Forest City Honda's Greg Huntley has been named the best car salesperson for the 2nd straight year. Plus, the Honda Dealers of the Carolinas has named the Forest City Honda Service Department the best in the Carolinas by a vote of its customers. Forest City Honda, ready to serve you with the best cars, best service, and the best salespeople. Forest City Honda, Daniel Road, Forest City.
Summertime fun can be ruined with a bad sunburn. Oh. Be prepared with a visit to the Falston Pharmacy in Falston. They have all the suntan protection products you need. And be sure to ask about the free vitamin plan for children from Falston Pharmacy. And for you Sundrop fans, Falston Pharmacy has 12-pack cans of Sundrop products for only $3.99. Buy 2 12-packs for $7 or get 3 12-packs for just $10 at the Falston Pharmacy. Use their convenient drive-through window located on Highway 18 North in Falston.
Welcome back to Sid Bryson Stadium. DeMonte Hall was just escorted off the field under his own power, so hopefully maybe he'll get back in the game in the second half after some treatment and some tape. Hopefully that's all that the problem is. All right, first and 10 of the 29. Jalen Moore with the Wildcat carry, and he will get all the way up to the 16-yard line. Another first down.
13-yard pickup for Moore.
The Chargers. First downs tonight brought to you by Pegram Insurance. Is that just Bulldogs?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if that was everybody. It don't say Bulldog. Yeah, it does say Bulldog first downs. Last time I read something, you told me I was wrong. I don't know what to do.
Listen, if you'd stayed at Cherville High, you'd been on that.
That's good. Snap Jalen Moore. Moore up the middle. Burns having a problem with the Wildcat right now, and finally they're going to get him tackled at the 14-yard line. Gain of, I guess, 3 is how they've had it marked. I think me and Dan had it marked for 2, but 14-14. 3 minutes and counting. I think I was right about that. So this will be the last drive. They don't want to give the ball to Burns for any reason.
No.
Staying in the Wildcat formation. 3 yards in a cloud of dust. This time Harbison. And he's going to get up to the 13-yard line. 1 yard gain on the play. 2:45 and counting now. 2:45. 14-14. P.J. Brooks now back in the backfield, and they're number 16 for the Bulldogs. Tariq James is going to jump off sides, the sophomore, and I'm sure Coach Wes Beam is pulling his hair over there on the other sideline.
One thing, there hadn't been many penalties.
No, there hasn't been
that's only the second against the Bulldogs.
Very clean game so far.
Should put it around the 8-yard line, I believe.
3rd and 1. Jalen Moore. They're in the Wildcat. This has been their go-to. And he's going to get down to the 2-yard line. That'll be a 1st and goal now for the Chargers, and I'm sure we'll keep seeing this same formation.
I know the Burns coaches will be talking a lot about this at halftime.
I know I played some wide receiver some in high school, Dan. And if I was on this Crest team and I was assigned to a wide receiver, I would probably tell them I just played defense. Well, they don't do nothing but just run out there and be. They're
2 for 2 in the passing part tonight.
But they've thrown it to the running back.
Yeah, and both and 1 for a touchdown, of course.
Yeah, and he's going to keep it up the middle. Jalen Moore, touchdown in Crest. Takes a 20-14 lead on the McLarge Pharmacy scoreboard. Chargers on senior night. Burns will have 1:48 to try to tie it up. 20-14.
And Crest with its first lead of the ball game.
Trejo lines up to kick again. To the extra point, 2 for 2 on the night. Low kick, almost blocked again. Up and good, 21-14. Medical Arts Pharmacy scoreboard. Bulldogs trail the Chargers. We'll be right back on KTCBroadcasting.com.
These days, it seems like many companies are more focused on making things cheaper by reducing quality, performance, and reliability, while at the same time increasing their bottom line at the expense of you, the consumer. This is not our philosophy. At SCAG, we are constantly looking for new and innovative ways to improve our products and deliver increased productivity. See the good selection of SCAG products, including Moore's, at Elliott Supply, your sales and service dealer for SCAG in Cleveland County. Elliott Supply, Highway 182 in Polkville. When accidents happen, it's reassuring to know that quick expert care is nearby. Carolina's Healthcare Urgent Care Shelby is now open and is staffed with experienced physicians, mid-level providers, nurses, and support personnel equipped with on-site laboratory and x-ray services. So keep our new location and contact information close by for immediate access to the region's preferred healthcare and largest physicians network. Carolina's Healthcare Urgent Care, 1010 East Dixon Boulevard, Shelby.
As the kickoff goes in the end zone, it'll be a touchback for the Bulldogs. And then you got a drive summary for us?
Yeah, 9 plays, 39 yards. Moore scores from 2 out. Trejo boots it, and Crest leads it 21-14. Medical Arts Farm scoreboard.
Montgomery looking deep on the play, threw a frozen rope about 25 yards downfield to Reggie Shank, just right outside his reach, Dan. That would have been a huge play. Shank, if he'd have caught that, but he'd have hit him on the run, he would have just ran right by the safety.
Yeah, he would have.
Good play call, good play execution. Just Montgomery just a little off on the pass. Bulldogs going to line up 4 wide, 2 and 2. Blitz off the end, no good. Talon Ruff will be caught from behind after a gain of 1 yard for Ruff, and the clock's going to keep on moving.
And remember, Burns will have to kick off to Crest starting the second half.
Crest had a big play offense. I'd call timeout here, but with their offense, I don't think a minute's enough time for them to score. This 5 yards at a time. Looks like Burns going to run as much clock off as possible before they hike the ball. Now they're moving around. They ought to hike it now, and they didn't know where they Crest. A little miscommunication. Montgomery looking, he's going to keep it himself. Bounces to the outside. He's got a little room. He's got a first down. Dives across the 35 to the 36-yard line. 15-yard gain. And that'll stop the clock. 5:48 to play. 21-14 second quarter.
That's actually, what,
15-yard gain.
Yeah,
it should
15
be.
yard, yeah.
Clock's moving. Montgomery waiting on Ruff to get lined up. 3 wide receivers to the left. Snap. Montgomery looking. He's got all day. Finally finds a receiver and Hill, and he's not going to get out of bounds. He's going to get the first down, though, enough to stop the clock with 36.7 to play. So a pass up to the 47 to Jalen Hill will give him 11-yard gain. And Bulldogs first and 10 at the 47. They're looking to try to get in the field goal range, maybe give Cody a chance to kick one. 5 wide receivers down here. Look for the skinny post to Talon Ruff, I'm calling it. And Crest calls a timeout before they can get adjusted. They weren't ready for the 5 wide. Timeout, Crest. We'll be right back. 29 seconds.
Hi, this is Woody Durham for Mark Dedman's Carolina Trophies in Shelby. Through the years, I've seen a lot of trophies and plaques, and none appear nicer than those which come from Mark Dedman's Carolina Trophies. Their guarantee is not just a guarantee, but a promise for courteous service, the absolute lowest price, quality products, on-time delivery, and most of all, your satisfaction. Awards for all occasions, plus rubber stamps and engraving. That's Mark Dedman's Carolina Trophies in Shelby.
29.8 seconds left until halftime. Bulldogs have the ball first and 10 on the 48-yard line. They're on 48, so they got to go 52 yards for a touchdown. Probably going to look up at least to around the 30. Cody Dorsey's got a 45-yard leg. I don't think he's got much more than that. We'll see what they got drawn up. Bulldogs now line up in 4 wide receivers, 2 left, 2 right. Ruff in the backfield. Crest is going to rush 4. Montgomery steps up, finds the wide receiver out of bounds, and he's going to, on the corner, he's going to get out of bounds inside the 40. 21.3 seconds left. Reggie Shank on the catch, Dan. Reggie Shank on the catch up to the 38-yard line.
About a 14-yard pickup.
Crest were blitzing 3 linemen, and the linebacker 82 came around the side. Now Burns is going to go to that 5 wide, Dan. Here's where I think you're going to see Tylen Ruff straight up the field in the end zone. 21. He's going to turn around, give and go. Yep, he's got it. Ruff was wide open, but no. Chris Montgomery goes left with the pass, and it's almost picked. 16 seconds left to play, Dan. And he had Montgomery right where I said, he had Ruff right where I said he would be. In the middle of the field, wide open, and he didn't see him, and he tries to go to heel covered to the first down mark. So that's going to bring up 16 seconds left to play, 2nd and 10. It'd be nice to get a first down and then maybe spike it and stop the clock for good. And then give Cody a chance. Or a timeout, anything. Probably one play in a timeout here if this isn't in the end zone. Montgomery, deep. He's at the 45. Over the middle, he's got a receiver and is caught. No, incomplete. Ref's called incomplete. Reggie Shank. 9 seconds left to go. I'm sure we might see a Hail Mary to Gillette here, Dan.
That'd be, with just 9 seconds left, I think. Good possibility.
Yeah, I don't know if there's enough time to throw it over the middle or take the chance on the play. I would just call the play, send Gillette deep, throw it in the end zone. Coach Beam was playing for a field goal there. It's looking like it's not going to happen. They're going to let the clock go, and they're going to take a timeout here, right, and talk about it, Dan. With 9 seconds left, Burns takes the timeout. We'll be right back.
Since 1983, Bill Shuford Heating and Air has been providing dependable service and quality products to the Cleveland County and surrounding area. And the tradition continues today with quality American Standard heating and air conditioning systems. Plus, if you need a repair, Bill Shuford Heating and Air services all brands including Trane. Just call 704-484-0025 for Bill Shuford Heating and Air. 213 Campbell Street in Shelby, your American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer. It's where your comfort is our concern.
Since
9.2 seconds remaining at Sid Bryson Stadium. Bulldogs down 7, 3rd and 10, ball in the 38, Dan. What are we going to do?
Well, 9 seconds left. I think he goes, as you mentioned, a Hail Mary in the end zone.
Throw it to Gillette. They're going to line up 3 wide receivers here right. Reggie Shank is on the left side by himself. Here we go. Montgomery back past the wheel right. Ruffles open. Montgomery's going to have to keep it himself, and he's going to be tackled. 1 second. Stops the clock. First down. Burns can call timeout if they have it, and I'm guessing they do. They will. And Coach Beam, we'll see if he'll call the timeout. I imagine he will. He does. Timeout Burns. And we will probably see a field goal attempt, but we're going to keep it right here since we're going to be going to the break. 1.1 seconds left to play. Yeah. Second quarter on the 27. We're going in the end zone, or we're going to see Cody Dorsey, Dan?
Well, a field goal here will be a 45-yard attempt. And I just don't.
He can do it. I've seen him do it in warm-ups.
He can do it, Cody can. One thing about Cody Dorsey, he's very consistent. I don't believe he's missed an extra point this year.
Has he not?
I don't believe so. He's always been a good punter as well. And
he's over there warming up on the side like he's ready. Coach Beam's talking to the troops, and I guess they're still trying to decide what they're going to do. The only other option really is just send Gillette and Shank to the corner of the end zone and hope they out-jump the Chargers. They got the guy guarding Gillette is a whole foot shorter than him, Dan. So, that's a huge advantage. Montgomery just put some air under the ball. They're gonna go for it. Bulldogs are going for it. Here we go. 1 second left to go. They're going for the end zone, Dan. 5 wide receivers, 4 to the right. Hail Mary formation. Gillette and Shank on the far right. Expect the ball to go there. Montgomery back to pass. He's got to spread out a little bit. Rolls right, rolls left. Now he's got to cut back up the middle. Steps up in the pocket, throws it in the end zone. Caught! Is it a score? No, out of bounds. That's a 1 there. The referee called out of bounds. Or incomplete, I don't know. Was it a catch or no catch? I don't know. It looked like a catch inside the 1. And that's halftime, but Burns has an argument if whether they got in or not, Dan. He went right over the pylon. Wow. I wish we had a view of that.
Yeah, the big discussion there as the players go off the field with Matt Beam and the officials.
Well, he knocked over. The pylon was knocked over. So either the defender kicked it over or I don't know exactly what happened. But wow.
Well, anyway, we had a good first half.
Coach Beam is down on the field discussing it right now with the umpires. It looks like. All right, Dan. 21-14. Crest leads over the Bulldogs after a wild final play. Whether it was in or out, we couldn't tell. It was on the other sideline. We'll give a call to Andre Bush in a minute and see what his view looked like down the side. We'll be right back. We're going to take a quick break. On KTCBroadcasting.com, Medical Arts Pharmacy Scoreboard, the Crest Chargers lead 21-14 here at halftime.
1947, Harris Funeral Home has been serving the citizens in Kings Mountain and Cleveland and Gaston counties. They take this time to salute the local sports programs and they take pride in their community. For your pre-arrangement needs, call Harris Funeral Home and talk with Ronnie Hawkins, James Eric Wright, or Bradley Ellis. They'll be more than happy to sit down and help you with your needs. Just call 704-739-2591 for Harris Funeral Home, located at 108 South Piedmont Avenue in Kings Mountain.
John and Jerry Laughlin invite you into Laughlin Furniture for all your furniture needs. Laughlin's has furniture by such brands as Ashley and Catnapper, mattresses by Simmons and Beauty Rest, all at unbelievable low prices. Come by and check them out. Laughlin Furniture, serving your furniture needs for over 24 years. 400 North Lafayette Street in beautiful uptown Shelby. Home of the real furniture deals, Laughlin Furniture.
Don't miss the grand opening specials at Gastonia Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. You can get up to $15,000 equity assistance to get you right side up or lower your payments. That's right, $15,000. And during the Jeep Celebration event, check out our extensive inventory of new Wranglers, Grand Cherokees, and the all-new 2014 Jeep Cherokee. Gastonia Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Now open 7 days a week for your convenience. Located at I-85 and exit 21. And online at GastoniaDodge.com.
Bundle it up. That's the way to save, and it's true with farm equipment too. That's why West End Sales in Vail has bundled up a 2013 35 horsepower diesel Coyote tractor with a loader and a 4-year warranty, plus a new equipment trailer and a new 6-foot box blade, all for $17,500, or get payments as low as $301 per month with zero money down. See West End for all the details. West End Sales, Highway 18 274 intersection in Vail. Or for more information, go to westendsales.com.
Stamey Funeral Home, serving Cleveland and surrounding counties since 1900. Stamey Funeral Home is owned and operated by the Tysinger family, loving and caring licensed professionals. Our family is here for your family during one of the most difficult periods in life, planning, pre-planning, or pre-need counseling. We're here to listen, care, and help. That's what families are all about. Stamey Funeral Home, located in Fallston. Our family serving your family.
The pre-holiday sales event is underway at Full Throttle Power Sports in Gastonia. Hey, you can even lay away for Christmas. Pick up this week's What's Up Shopper. Check out the great deals. From the 2013 Yamaha Star to the 2013 Polaris Ranger 500 Crew. Ask about special financing available. Apply today, ride today. Good credit, bad credit, or no credit. Come on in and see what Full Throttle Power Sports can do for you. Full Throttle Power Sports, exit 22 off I-85 in Gastonia. Here's a special money-saving message from Putnam Distributors in Patterson Springs. If you use petroleum products, you should consider a generic brand. Major brands charge premium rates covering national advertising and promotions. Good generic brand packages their own products and meets manufacturer specifications, and they can sell at a lower price because of lower overhead. Our generic brands include Wolfhead, Coastal, AutoGuard, and Lubriguard. Buy these brands and you cut your costs. See Putnam Distributors, 1626 Peterson Drive, Patterson Springs.
At Real Talk, they will buy, sell, or trade Androids, iPhones, and all electronics of value. Real Talk offers Androids and iPhones on America's largest network with no contract, credit check, or deposit. Real Talk is located on Highway 18 on the corner at the traffic light in Fallston. Call 704-312-6091. Open 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday and 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturday. Real Talk.
Here, lizard, lizard, lizard.
Oh no, it's total mayhem.
Hurry, call your good neighbor.
You can't. They're not even there.
Why, they can't even lend a good hand.
Oh. Relax. At Pegram Insurance, we've got you covered. Pegram Insurance Agency, 220 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, and in the Town and Country Shopping Center in Lincoln. Parker Farm Service in Kings Mountain has America's top-selling subcompact tractor of the decade, the Kubota BX Series. And now you can save big with this special offer from Kubota and Parker Farm Service. Now you can buy the new Kubota BX Series tractor for zero money down, 0% APR financing for 60 months, but that's not all. You get a $500 customer instant rebate. Find out all the details at Parker Farm Service, 126 Bessie Drive at the Oak Grove, Highway 74 Bypass intersection, Kings Mountain.
And good evening and welcome back. Sid Bryson Stadium at Crest High School as the Burns Bulldogs and the Crest Chargers fighting for the SMAC championship here today, and the 3A championship. SMAC Conference, Cleveland County Schools and Rutherford County Schools together. 21-14, the Crest Chargers lead on the Medical Arts Pharmacy scoreboard. You're listening to the Stadium Halftime Show brought to you by Carolina Trophies. Thank you, Carolina Trophies, for everything you guys do and put out the beautiful trophies for all the kids in the areas. Medical Arts Pharmacy scoreboard, 21-14. Dan Greer has the Wrights Jewelry stat sheet here at halftime.
I'll do the stat sheet right after we do the Real Talk game summary.
The Real Talk game summary, and then we'll go to the Wrights Jewelry stat sheets. Real Talk game summary, Dan.
Brought to you by Real Talk, located on the corner at the stoplight in downtown Fallston. Bulldogs got on the board first tonight. They took the opening kickoff and let me correct something quickly here on my sheet, and we'll get right to it. The Bulldogs took the opening kickoff and drove it some 80 yards in 7 plays. It was a pass from Montgomery to Gillette from 15 yards out for the TD. Dorsey booted the extra point, and with 8:38 left in the first quarter, Bulldogs up 7-0. And just moments later, the Chargers got on the board. A 3-play, 65-yard drive, 70-yard drive, I beg your pardon. A 3-play, 70-yard drive as Brooks hit Moore on a 65-yard pass completion play for a touchdown. Trehu booted the extra point. 1:55 left in the first quarter, and we were tied at 7. That's how the first quarter ended.
There was a little swing pass to him and he tiptoed up the sideline and stiff-armed 4
he
Burns Bulldogs defenders on his way to the score. So, I mean, Bulldogs had about 5 or 6 chances to actually tackle him before he got in the end zone.
But a good job of Moore, and he made it all the way to the end zone for the touchdown there. We were tied at 7 on the Medical Arts Pharmacy scored after 1 quarter. Bulldogs early in the second quarter took the ensuing kickoff, went 80 yards in 8 plays. Montgomery scoring from 16 yards out for the touchdown. Dorsey again booted the extra point, and with 10:59 left, second quarter, Bulldogs up 14-7. But the Chargers came right back. They drove 9 plays drove 50 yards in 9 plays. Tahoe booted the extra point. 7:04 left in the first half. We were tied at 14, and late in the quarter, Chargers, next time they got the ball, scored again. A 9-play, 39-yard drive. Moore scores from 2 yards out. Tahoe hit the extra point again. And that's where we stand here at halftime. Crest leading the Bulldogs by a score of 21-14. That's our Real Talk first half summary brought to you by Real Talk on the corner at the stoplight in downtown Falston. Our stat sheet is brought to you by the folks at Wright's Jewelry, Jimmy Lee, Matt Gordon, all the folks up there. We appreciate this is the 4th year of our coverage of Burns football. They have sponsored the stat sheet. We appreciate their sponsorship very much. On the Wright's Jewelry stat sheet first for the Bulldogs tonight, Tyler Ruff had his typical night. He's carried the ball 7 times for 15 yards.
He hasn't had nowhere to go tonight, Dan. As soon as they give him the ball, I mean, he's getting hit in the backfield.
Yeah, the Charger defense doing the job on Tyler Ruff tonight. Our Ora Supermarket player to watch offensively has done his job, and that's Chris Montgomery.
It's been the Chris Montgomery show tonight.
Yeah, the Bulldog quarterback has carried the ball 13 times. I have him with 102 yards, and he had that 16-yard touchdown run, of course. So Jalen King has carried the ball 1 time for 5 yards tonight. The Bulldogs, 122 rushing yards tonight. Montgomery, 7 of 13 in the passing department, no INTs. And, of course, he had that 15-yard touchdown reception from Gillette for the touchdown pass. 119 yards rushing for the Bulldogs, 122 passing. And that looks like 241 total offensive yards and 14 first downs. Now, penalty-wise, Bulldogs been penalized a couple times for 15 yards. For Crest on the Wright's Jewelry stat sheet, leading ball carrier is Jalen Moore. And you take away the minus 20 he got in his first mark on the score sheet because he recovered errant pitch and back a 20-yard loss. And he's carried the ball now 13 times for 30 yards. And he's had touchdown runs of 4 and 2 yards, 30 yards rushing. P.J. Brooks carried the ball 3 times for 21 yards. And Trey Harbison 5 times for 19 yards. The Chargers of Crest with 70 yards rushing in the first half. And the passing department, Brooks is 2 for 2 according to my stats for 71 yards, including a 65-yard pass completion play for a touchdown. 71 yards passing for Crest, 70 yards rushing for 141 total offensive yards and 6 first downs. They've been penalized 1 time, 15 yards in the first half of play. And our stat sheet brought to you by Wright's Jewelry, located on Highway 18 in Falston. One other thing before I give it up here, before we go to break, I want to let you know that Rachel Queen, a senior here at Crest High School, was honored yesterday. She became the McDonald's WHS What's Up Shopper Scholar Athlete of the Month. Rachel is a member of the volleyball and soccer teams at Crest. She has earned a 4.9028 grade point average at Crest while taking numerous advanced placement classes. Rachel was a member of the Beta Club, National Honor Society, Relay for Life team, and the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Upon graduation from Crest, Rachel plans to go to North Carolina State University and major in managerial accounting, obtain a CPA license, and own her own accounting firm. Rachel Queen is the daughter of Robert and Connie Queen of Shelby. She's a member of the Mount Sinai Baptist Church, where she is an active youth member and has participated in mission trips to Washington, D.C., New York, and Wisconsin. Among her community activities, Rachel has been very active with the local let me get it straight here, get my information on our local hog happening event, which is going on this weekend over at Shelby City Park. McDonald's What's Up Shopper WHS Star Athlete Award in its 17th year, sponsored by McDonald's Restaurants in Shelby and Kings Mountain, by WOHS, and by the What's Up Shopper. Again, congratulations to Rachel Queen, a senior here at Crest, our McDonald's WHS What's Up Shopper Scholar Athlete of the Month. You're listening to the Carolina Trophies halftime show and Burns football on KTCBroadcasting.com. Back in a moment.
Are you eating breakfast today? Have you tried the Hub Cafe located inside Medical Arts Pharmacy? The Hub opens at 7 a.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. on Saturday, serving an old-fashioned country breakfast at affordable prices. You'll find homemade biscuits, bacon, country sausage, country ham, liver mush, eggs, omelets, all cooked to order on the grill. Call 487-0511 or come on into the Hub Cafe for a delicious country breakfast located inside Medical Arts Pharmacy, 108 Grover Street, Shelby.
The leaves are falling, and so are the prices at S&R Auto Sales in Shelby. Now is the time to hurry into S&R Auto Sales in Shelby for great fall savings. And down payments start as little as $699. Pick up this week's What's Up Shopper for their selection or visit their website at srautosales.com. And be sure to play their sports trivia question of the week. The leaves are falling, and so are the prices at S&R Auto Sales in Shelby, your buy here, pay here headquarters and the home of the satisfied customer.
For 22 years, Little Hardware and Garden Center has been serving you with the best selection of hardware, lawn and garden supplies, and a wide variety of dog and other animal feed. Ed and Linda Lell thank you for your patronage over the years. And now, check out the low prices on 40 and 50-pound bags of dog food at Lil Hardware. Plus, local honey is now available. Lil Hardware and Garden Center, Highway 18 between Shelby and Falston. Visa, MasterCard, and Discover cards accepted.
Take 36% off. That's right, 36% off during the Samsung bestsellers at your nearest Hendrick Appliance location, including Samsung washers, dryers, and refrigerators. Plus, take 20% off Samsung's best-selling ranges and ovens. It's a red, white, and blue savings sale going on right now at your nearest Hendrick Appliance, 2689 East Main Street in Boger City, 4027 East Franklin Boulevard in Gastonia, and 1241 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby.
Cleveland County's largest selection of home medical equipment is at Medical Arts Pharmacy. You'll find jazzy power chairs, motorized scooters, manual wheelchairs, walkers, canes, crutches, hospital beds, ostomy supplies, diabetic shoes and socks, compression hose, as well as other medical equipment and supplies. Medical Arts Pharmacy, 108 Grover Street, across from the hospital in Shelby.
In search of a good quality vehicle to get you around town, on the road, or wherever you need to go, go by and see Marty Hambrick at Hambrick Auto Sales in downtown Bellwood. And right now at Hambrick Auto Sales, they have a 2007 Cadillac CTS, and it's only $9,700. That's right, $9,700. Go by and see Marty today at Hambrick Auto Sales. They're located on Highway 18 in downtown Bellwood.
Attention students and parents, it is time to look for that perfect class ring. And Wright's Jewelry in Fallston has a large selection of both art carved and gold lance class rings, priced from $149.95. Students may choose from a large selection of styles, stone choices, and side panel designs. All class rings have a lifetime warranty and free sizing is available. Show your school pride and spirit with a class ring for today's student. Your class ring headquarters, Wright's Jewelry, Highway 18 North in Fallston.
New owner, new attitude. That's Forest City Honda, voted the best new car dealer in Rutherford County for the second straight year. And Forest City Honda's Greg Huntley has been named the best car salesperson for the second straight year. Plus, the Honda Dealers of the Carolinas has named the Forest City Honda Service Department the best in the Carolinas by a vote of its customers. Forest City Honda, ready to serve you with the best cars, best service, and the best salespeople. Forest City Honda, Daniel Road, Forest City.
Summertime fun can be ruined with a bad sunburn. Oh. Be prepared with a visit to the Fallston Pharmacy in Fallston. They have all the suntan protection products you need. And be sure to ask about the free vitamin plan for children from Fallston Pharmacy. And for you Sundrop fans, Fallston Pharmacy had 12-pack cans of Sundrop products for only $3.99. Buy 2 12-packs for $7 or get 3 12-packs for just $10 at the Fallston Pharmacy. Use their convenient drive-through window located on Highway 18 North in Fallston.
These days, it seems like many companies are more focused on making things cheaper by reducing quality, performance, and reliability, while at the same time increasing their bottom line at the expense of you, the consumer. This is not our philosophy. At SCAG, we are constantly looking for new and innovative ways to improve our products and deliver increased productivity. See the good selection of SCAG products, including Moore's, at Elliott Supply, your sales and service dealer for SCAG in Cleveland County. Elliott Supply, Highway 182 in Polkville.
And welcome back to Crest High School, where it's 21-7 on the Medical Arts Pharmacy scoreboard. The Crest Chargers lead the Burns Bulldogs, and other scores in the area. Shelby leads Drone 35-0. You can watch that game on ktcbroadcasting.com. Listen on WOHS 1390 AM. East Burke and Chase are tied 8-8. East Rutherford 17-14 over RS Central in the battle for the Rutherford County Championship. Cherville leads over Davidson 20-0. You can listen on WCSL 1590 AM. Thomas Jefferson 21-0 over Pine Lake Prep. Lincoln and Wolves lead the West Caldwell Warriors 20-0. Bandy's, big news here, Dan. Bandy's 31-7 over West Lincoln. West Lincoln was on a roll earlier, and now it's just been crumbling in the last couple of weeks.
And they're playing at Bandy's tonight, right?
No, at West Lincoln.
Ooh, you don't lose at home like that.
Speaking of crumbling, Maiden Blue Devils came into the night 9-0, folks, and are getting beat 28-0 by the East Lincoln Mustangs. Mustangs ready to show who's the king of that new SD7.
Well, listen, it'll quieten the Blue Devils down some there.
I don't think Butch Parker called tonight asking Lewis if he's going to talk about East Lincoln. Called Friday night. Lewis forgot all about the Blue Devils. He'd go ahead and gave East Lincoln the number 1 seed. Dennis Davis and Lewis back here. They said they didn't give it to East Lincoln. East Lincoln's up 28-0 right now, so I don't think there's nothing for them to worry about. Kickoff short, and Crest will take over. They're going to give it, looks like the 32-yard line, Dan, to start the second half. Let me finish up these scores real quick. Statesville 21-7 over North Lincoln. South Point 28-0 over North Gaston. And Ashbrook 21-0 over Lincoln Charter. Blowouts every game around here except this one, and East Rutherford and RS Central, Dan. Only 2 competitive games in our area. Of course, Hunter Hudson Forest U was rained out, and so was Bessemer City and Highland. Here we go, ready to start the second half. Crest in a new formation. P.J. Brooks going to keep it up the middle and scamper, and you don't want to send his little body up through the middle too often, Dan.
No.
Notice that anytime they've done the quarterback dive up the middle, it's been Moore or Harbison and not P.J. P.J.'s fast quarterback, but he's not the biggest guy on the field. 5'7".
Brooks picks up 2 yards on that play.
Listed at 150. He's 150. I'm a $125.
Whoa.
I don't think he's 150. All right, PJ back in the pistol. This time he now has 2 tight ends and the 2 decoys. He's going to hike it to Brooks. Brooks going to keep it up the middle again. He's bouncing and squirming, and he's going to get up to the 40-yard line, gain of 6 on the carry. And if you folks just heard me say they had 2 decoys out there, that's the wide receivers for Crest down. They're decoys.
I tell you, the Bulldog defense needs to stop these Chargers right here. 2 touchdowns down really can demoralize your team a little bit against a county rival like this.
Need a good 3 and out every once in a while. Burns has had 2 tonight. Have they had 2 3 and outs, Dan?
I believe
it's been close. I know we've punted twice. Back to the Wildcat. This time Jalen Moore. He's going to be close to the first down. It looked like he went backwards. Dan, he had it, tried to break it out, and then he lost the yardage. And now the Bulldogs force a 4th down, and I think Crest will punt here.
It's the first time he punted in quite a bit. In fact, the last 3 times they had the ball, they scored. The only time they punted was their first offensive series of the game.
Huge stop for the Bulldogs. They've stopped them on the opening drive of both halves and forced a punt. The only time they have punted. Trejo back to kick tonight. And he's got the neon green shoes. Trejo back. Good snap. Burns rushes, doesn't get there. Flipped. And it's going to bounce inside the 30, down inside the 25, down to the 24-yard line. So, 35-yard punt?
Yes.
35-yard punt there for the Chargers, net yardage. And that'll put the Burns Bulldogs down 1 score on the 24-yard line. And some adjustments, some of the things we talked about at halftime. Mainly on the Bulldogs, the offense has been okay, pretty decent. Like we said, had to punt twice. But the passing game's worked pretty well. Montgomery's had plenty of time back there. The problem is on defense, they haven't been able to stop the Chargers' ground game. But now the offense, maybe they can get Montgomery in a little rhythm is the only thing maybe that they need. Montgomery back to pass. He's got a man wide open to the right, but he's going to bounce left. Now he's got another man open. Reggie Shank over there, and Shank's going to get knocked out of bounds right at the 30 for a 6-yard gain. Tell you what, Dan, Chris Montgomery would be one heck of a flag football quarterback on an intramural team. I mean, because he's faster than everybody else. And then when he throws it, he can throw it 60 yards. And the referees are calling timeout, so Crest they got I think a chin strap that need adjusting over there on the corner. It's PJ Brooks over there. Brooks is guarding Reggie Shank. Looks like Crest is going to send the blitz around the end. This time handoff Tylen Ruff. And he's going to get up about the 33, 34-yard line. We'll see where they mark it. He's close to a first down. But, yeah, I think he's going to be short, so we'll go 3-yard carry. For Ruff, 3rd and inches, and I'm sure Ruff may see another carry right here.
Ruff with only 18 yards rushing tonight after that 3-yard pickup.
Well, Dan, believe it or not, I think we're going to have a measurement.
Well, here they come with the chains.
Now, the first 2 years me and Dan did the games, we counted. In 2 years, they measured 5 times, folks.
And that's all.
That's it. I'm talking about the whole season. Not one game, the whole season. They were putting their thumbs up and eyeballing it.
A little bit short, I believe.
Going to be 3rd and short. Bulldogs they're going 4 wide receivers wide here. They're going to try to spread them out and gash them and get those few inches. As you can tell, folks, watching at home, the Bulldogs, our cameraman is on the Bulldog side of the field. And there's no room here on the top of the press box here. It's Sid Bryson and Burns also as well, same setup. Montgomery's going to keep it himself, bounce to the left. Linebacker went on the blitz, and he's got room, runs over P.J. Brooks on the outside, and he's going to be tackled at the 46-yard line, it looks like. So a gain of 13 on the carry for Chris Montgomery.
And another Pilgrim Insurance first down for the Bulldogs.
Another Bulldogs Pilgrim Insurance first down.
First and 10 Bulldogs are on 46-yard line.
And they're going to line back up in the same formation. Crest, a little confusion. They got it together now. 4 wide receivers. 2 on each side. Montgomery in the backfield along with Tylen Ruff. Ruff swings, passes. He's wide open by himself. Chris Montgomery's running for his life. Shaking, baking, and he splits it. Back to the left, Dan. He spins for a first down. What a run by Chris Montgomery. Good grief.
About a 11-yard run. Looks like it replaced it at the 43 of Crest.
He's just back here running for his life. You know what, Dan? I am so glad that this game is on video and not radio because I didn't have to describe everything that just happened on that play. Goodness. Chris Montgomery. Great bit of running. Going to hand off this time, Tylen Ruff. Thought we might see that. After you see quarterback do what he just did, you want to give the ball to the running back. Pound one in there, and they did. A 2-yard gain, maybe no 1 yard. It looks like maybe only 1 yard for Tylen Ruff. Montgomery over 100 yards rushing tonight. Ruff talks about in the halftime show not getting anything. It's like the defense is keying on Ruff. I think coming into this game, it looks like the Crest defense was decided they're going to stop Ruff and let Montgomery beat him running and passing, and he's doing it on the ground and in the air. He gets 2 yards there. That'll make it 3rd and about 6 or 7. We'll see where they end up marking the ball at the 39-yard line, Dan.
So give them about 3 yards in the play.
They need to get to the 33. So 6 yards to go.
It's funny. Just a second. Let's watch this play first.
I'm watching Coach Beam give the signals out here. I just hope somebody don't try to steal or bunt. Shotgun, 3rd and 6. Gillette to the right, Shank to the left. Montgomery, drop back to pass. He's got a man deep. He doesn't want it. Decides now he's going deep. He's got him, and he underthrows him, and it's tipped. No good. Incomplete. Montgomery should have thrown it earlier when he had him moving, Dan. When I said he was open, he had him. I think he saw him the same time I did. I was like, I can't let go right now. Montgomery readjusted and then tried to throw it again in the end zone. Double coverage back there.
This stat from the Rice Jury stat sheet. Montgomery right now 125 yards passing. He has 129 yards rushing.
That's what's the word? Well, they're going for it. 4th and 6. That's balanced offensive attack. They almost get him to jump. Knew that play was coming. Coach Beam is going to wait a few seconds. He's going to call a timeout. He's going to waste a first timeout of the second half. We'll be right back. Maybe.
When accidents happen, it's reassuring to know that quick expert care is nearby. Carolina's Healthcare Urgent Care Shelby is now open and is staffed with experienced physicians, mid-level providers, nurses, and support personnel equipped with on-site laboratory and x-ray services. So keep our new location and contact information close by for immediate access to the region's preferred healthcare and largest physicians network. Carolina's Healthcare Urgent Care, 1010 East Dixon Boulevard, Shelby.
Okay. So it should be. I thought it was the same place. All right, welcome back to Crest High School. Me and Dad is discussing commercial topics. Here we go, 4th and 6. Bulldogs going for it. Montgomery. Back to pass. 4 wide receivers. He's getting blitzed. They blitz 5. Montgomery slips through. Oh! If he could have kept his balance down, he had daylight up until about the 10-yard line. But Crest with the blitz, they send 6 on the blitz. They've been on sending only 3 or 4, and they get to Montgomery.
Loss of about 4 on the play, 3 on the play.
So Crest takes over up 1 touchdown with 6 minutes to go, third quarter action. And Dennis Davis is gone for the postgame show. He's going to watch the rest of it in Cherryville, folks, on ktcbroadcasting.com, along with you. Dennis Davis, Tom Centofanti, Lewis Carpenter, Terry Reinhardt, Steve Roberts, Dakota Wisnett, and more. Back at the studios tonight, going to have a good time in the postgame show. TJ Brooks, oh gosh, they could have called movement right there. Brooks nowhere to go, tries to reverse it himself, and no Chris Montgomery running him. Loss of 3 on the run. Statesville's increased their lead 28-7 over North Lincoln. We'll put that one in the books tonight. I believe they'll hold on for that. Let's see. Crest. Maybe they're talking about following them behind him. They might be able to hear us. PJ Brooks. Snap. Hands the running back. Moore's got it. Safeties are nowhere to be found, and Moore is going to get up to the 49-yard line. A gain of 9 on the play. Jalen Hill on the stomp makes it 3rd and 4, Dan. This is a big third down right here.
It is.
3rd and 3.
Crest has run the ball almost every play, but it really wouldn't surprise me if they did their little swing pass here. But I don't think they're going to. Nope, they're going to call. And look over to the sideline. Nothing going. Regroup. Readjust. Snap high. PJ keeps it. Nowhere to go. Wrapped up defense. Good job for the Bulldogs. Number 3 on the tackle. Kyle Carroll makes the huge stop. The defensive end for the Bulldogs, and the Chargers will punt.
And let's see if after the punt how the Bulldogs do. They get that offense going and move it downfield for a touchdown. It's been quite a while since the Bulldogs have scored since early in the second quarter.
See if Bulldogs sending the block. No, they only send 2, and they still almost get it. And it's going to bounce short at the 22-yard line. Bulldogs take over 1st and 10. 3:55 to play, third quarter action on the Medical Arts Pharmacy scoreboard. Crest and Burns here. No scores here in the second half so far. Both teams have traded punts. Crest actually punted twice. Drone has got on the scoreboard, Dan. 35-6 now.
Don't you think maybe some the second team playing now?
Now, Dan, I'm going to say something good. Here you go.
Well, I'm just saying. Yeah, a game like that, that's when any of these coaches are going to do that.
Chris Montgomery, keeper around the left end, not too far to go, but he gained a couple. Let's see where they mark him out, 3 or 4, somewhere in that vicinity. See what the line judge decides to do. Once they start going out of bounds, these line judges, it takes them forever to get figured out where they're going. They're going to mark it down at the 27.
Pick up a 4 on the play.
4-yard pickup for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs down 7. That's what I was talking about. Here's the snap. Little pass to Ruff out to the 33.
Very close to the first down.
And that's close to the first down, if not to a first down.
See where they place it. It is a first down.
Tell her to go there. That won't be on it.
Bulldogs 1st and 10 from their own 33. 21-14 our score. Crest leading the Bulldogs with 3.5 minutes left in the third quarter.
3:25 and counting. Bulldogs, little trickeration. They showed Ruff's finally got a hole to run through, and he gets 12 yards on the carry.
That's his biggest run of the night. His biggest run up to that has been 5 yards.
13 yards, Dan.
Yep.
Don't let me short him one.
Okay. But his biggest run up until then was 5 yards.
Yeah, Ruff's had a tough night.
First and 10, Bulldogs from their own 46-yard line.
Finally get Ruff lined up back there. Had a problem. Burns looking at the sideline. You see Reggie Shank here on the bottom of your screen. Handoff Ruff. He's got room now. Now he comes back to the middle. It's wide open, but he gets caught from behind. Jalen Moore with possibly a scoring saving tackle. They're going to mark him about the 39-yard line, so gain of about 8 for the first down.
Actually, that's
38.
That's a 15-yard pickup.
Oh, I was reading from on the other side of that scoreboard. Crest going to take it, bounce to the outside, but Crest has got that sniffed out. 2-yard loss there. On the quarterback keeper, 2:22 and counting, third quarter. Bulldogs marching, but that's going to back them up. 2nd and 12 now. A lot of time here, Dan.
Yeah, Montgomery keeps looking over to Matt Bean for the signals.
Sweep around the end. King spins through the hole and came out the other end, Dan, with nobody. 26-yard line is where he ends up.
A 14-yard pickup, another Burns first down. And King, he'd only carried the ball one time up to that, and that was a 5-yard pickup back in the first half.
It looked like a NASCAR move where he just went big pile up in front of him. He just put the gas down, Dan, and busted through the hole. Handoff, nowhere to go. Ball gets up about the 26-yard line, so back to the line of scrimmage.
Brooks on the stop, 2nd and 10.
Second 10. Trips left. One wide receiver right. That's Gillette by himself. He's going to be single covered. The safety lets him go by. Man-to-man, Gillette. Touchdown! No, you only need 1 foot. They called incomplete, Dan. Wow. I'm going to have to want to see that one again. I wish I could. But it looked like Gillette caught it in the end zone. He got 1 foot in. Unless he bobbled it. I didn't see a bobble.
But there's no instant replay.
No, there is no instant replay here. You folks can watch it at home. But, oh, my goodness, the Bulldogs may have had their second touchdown taken away from them off the board, Dan.
Where's the thought they had scored one at the end of the first half, final play of the first half, but the official said no.
Slant, high, Reggie Shank. Oh, he can't come down with it. Incomplete on 3rd and 10. Now the Bulldogs will either have to go for it or kick the field goal. Let's see what they decide to do here. Coach Beamel. They haven't started the play clock, so he hasn't really got to it yet.
Fourth and 10.
Looks like they're going for it. As the offense still out there. We do not see Cody Dorsey.
Oh, they're going for it.
Yes.
4th and 10. 3 wide receivers left. 2 to the right. 5 wide. Montgomery's by himself. He's dropped back to pass. Looks, got the hook, throws it, and he got it. First down, Bulldogs. Wow, what a play. Pegerman Insurance, first down. inside the 15. They went to the 15 and turned around, Dan, and caught the pass. What a play. 29 seconds, third quarter action. (21-14), Crest leads. Now ball is going to be placed on the 15-yard line. Good pass and catch. Crest just letting them get in on that.
That first down, by the way, the 21st first down of the night for Burns.
Montgomery handoff to Ruff, and he was hit hard, and he's still moving. Refs never blew the foul. Good grief, he took a shot, but Ruff's kind of spun out of it. And the ref's going to mark him down at the 14, and that'll be the end of the third quarter after a 1-yard gain. It is now 2nd and 9 on the 14-yard line. Crest leads 21-14, fourth quarter. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Woody Durham for Mark Dedman's Carolina Trophies in Shelby. Through the years, I've seen a lot of trophies and plaques, and none appear nicer than those which come from Mark Dedman's Carolina Trophies. Their guarantee is not just a guarantee, but a promise for courteous service, the absolute lowest price, quality products, on-time delivery, and most of all, your satisfaction. Awards for all occasions plus rubber stamps and engraving. That's Mark Dedman's Carolina Trophies in Shelby.
Since 1983, Bill Shuford Heating and Air has been providing dependable service and quality products to the Cleveland County and surrounding area. And the tradition continues today with quality American Standard heating and air conditioning systems. Plus, if you need a repair, Bill Shuford Heating and Air services all brands including Trane. Just call 704-484-0025 for Bill Shuford Heating and Air. 213 Campbell Street in Shelby, your American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer. It's where your comfort is our concern.
2nd and 9, Charger 14-yard line.
Oh, congratulations to the Shelby Middle School team. Won the Tri-County Conference Championship this week, beating RS Central. Tommy Weiss, Coach Tommy Weiss, congratulations.
Quarterback keeper right side, nowhere to go for Montgomery. A little extracurricular activities there. They could throw a flag, but they're not going to. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, no gain for Montgomery.
No scoring in that third quarter.
Nothing, absolutely
nothing
nothing.
at all.
So now situation is 3rd and 9. Ball was on the 14. Burns converted a 4th down a minute ago. A 4th and 10. So now they're going to go for it. I don't think Coach Bean's playing for field goals tonight, Dan. Montgomery back to pass. Screen pass. Set up perfect. Oh, and he dropped it. Set up perfect. They had the blitz. Tyler Ruff had one man to beat, and he would have scored. I guess Coach Beam's got to be pulling his hair out over there. Oh, my goodness, Dan. So close. Nothing feels worse when a coach calls the perfect call, and then it's something like a drop pass or something small.
So again, the Burns defense called here as we go.
Cody Dorsey.
Yeah, and they're going to bring Cody in now on fourth down. Try to kick this field goal. This will be what, a
31-yarder.
31-yarder.
It's there. Oh, that was so close. 21-17 after a 31-yard field goal from Cody Dorsey. We'll be right back to Medical Arts Pharmacy scoreboard. Crest leads by 4.
Since 1947, Harris Funeral Home has been serving the citizens in Kings Mountain and Cleveland and Gaston counties. They take this time to salute the local sports programs, and they take pride in their community. For your pre-arrangement needs, call Harris Funeral Home and talk with Ronnie Hawkins, James Eric Wright, or Bradley Ellis. They'll be more than happy to sit down and help you with your needs. Just call 704-739-2591 for Harris Funeral Home, located at 108 South Piedmont Avenue in Kings Mountain.
John and Jerry Laughlin invite you into Laughlin Furniture for all your furniture needs. Laughlin's has furniture by such brands as Ashley and Catnapper, mattresses by Simmons and Beauty Rest, all at unbelievable low prices. Come by and check them out. Laughlin Furniture, serving your furniture needs for over 24 years. 400 North Lafayette Street in beautiful uptown Shelby. Home of the real furniture deals, Laughlin Furniture.
Don't miss the grand opening specials at Gastonia Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. You can get up to $15,000 equity assistance to get you right side up or lower your payments. That's right, $15,000. And during the Jeep Celebration event, check out our extensive inventory of new Wranglers, Grand Cherokees, and the all-new 2014 Jeep Cherokee. Gastonia Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Now open 7 days a week for your convenience. Located at I-85 and exit 21. And online at GastoniaDodge.com.
All right, we're back. I was going to come back on the last kickoff, but the immediate flag, Burns, went over the line, so we went ahead and ran one more commercial. Cody Dorsey kicking deep. He's going to kick it out of bounds, and that'll give Crest the ball. I can't remember what the rule is.
35-yard line. 35-yard line in high school, yes.
So Crest will take over on the 35.
Cody Dorsey, the 31-yard field goal, the only score so far in the second half after Crest had the 21-14 halftime lead. 21-17 now on the Medical Arts Farmview scoreboard.
We're going to kick again, Dan.
Yeah, you got the option of taking the penalty. Or
we could have been running commercials this whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pace and Bill. Speaking of our sponsors, folks, once again, please, please, please patronize our sponsors. If it wasn't for them, we would not be here, and you guys would not be watching this wonderful, wonderful football game in Cleveland County tonight. Cleveland Region Medical Center, Ora Supermarket, Pilgrim Insurance, Medical Arts Pharmacy, Rice Shorty, Real Talk, Foster Pharmacy, Carolina Trophy, Stamey Funeral Home, Bill Schufert, Computer Connections, S&R Auto Sales, Lale Hardwell, Far City, Marburger Autos, Far City Honda, and more. Now Cody Dorsey's going to kick off. This time a little low liner, and it's going to be caught by Jalen Moore. And he's going to get up to the 36-yard line. So they got 1 yard by sending that kick back.
He slid down right there. Looked
like he was tackled by the 35-yard line. Yeah. They would have had the ball on previously. But nonetheless, Chris is going to take over. Ball on the 36. Up 4, 10:58 to play. I'm sure the strategy here, Dan, is to pound that ball. Make that clock run.
And the Bulldog defense
got to make a stop.
Got to make some stops here.
Snap straight to Moore. Moore nowhere to go, and he's going to be wrapped up by the whole defensive line and tackled. They're going to give him a good spot back at the line of scrimmage, Dan. So no gain for Moore on that carry.
Actually, almost. About 36.5 to give him about a half-yard gain, looks like. They're giving a yard gain, yeah.
All right, Bulldogs switching out some linemen. 10:38 to play. 21-17. Chargers with 10:30 to play. Clock just moving. Chargers up 14. Well, I don't even know how to describe this formation. It's everybody get behind the center and go. Hiked straight to the running back. They're running some form of the wildcat is what they're running. Jalen Moore has been running the ball out of this. They just hike it back to him, Dan. They put 9 people in front of him. And that's about the definition of 3 or 4 yards in a cloud of dust is what Crest is running tonight. 3rd down and 4.
They're wanting to run this clock down. Keep it away from that Burns offense.
2 totally different strategies with these offenses. Crest going to keep pounding the ball in the Wildcat. P.J. Brooks out wide. Then they got another decoy or 2 out here. Lamontre Taylor, wide receiver. He's been out there all night. And he's going to keep it himself. The Wildcat again. 1 yard gain from Moore. And 9:25 to play. Crest will probably punt.
Yeah, they'll have fun here. They don't give Burns the ball, a chance to give Burns the ball in their territory here.
Third and fourth down become much harder in these games against good teams when you don't really pass the ball, because if the threat is only run, it allows the safeties and linebackers to not have to worry or key on certain aspects. Back deep for the Bulldogs. I think it's Jalen Hill. I can't read his number. Almost blocked by Michael Tate. And punt's going to land at the 30, roll inside the 20, and going to be down to the 15-yard line. So good punt for Crest.
A 42-yard punt.
And the Bulldogs will take over on the 15, down 4 in this battle for Cleveland County supremacy in the SMAC Conference Championship. Burns wins, they clinch. If Crest wins, they need to win the next week against Shelby, or we're going to have a 3-way tie in the conference if Shelby can beat.
The thing here tonight is the Shelby folks are pulling for Crest.
Yep.
The next week,
they're playing Crest.
And if Crest wins tonight, the Burns folks will be pulling for Shelby.
They'll be pulling for Crest next week.
They'll be pulling for Shelby.
Or they want the 3-way tie. Jalen Hill with the catch. Hill's going to get up to the 19, I think is where they're marking him, Dan. $761.
Yeah, we should have bought us one of those.
On the half and half tonight, Dan.
Where they got bought? 17?
Yeah, Montgomery looks right. He's got a receiver. Gillette makes one guy miss up the sideline. 2 of them's got to bring him down. He's up to looks like around the 38-yard line. 19-yard pass and catch to Gillette. He went to the first down marker, turned around, caught the first down. The first guy missed. Now they're going to mark it at the 39, so a 20-yard gain. It's hard to judge where they're going to mark it when it's out on the opposite sidelines here at these high school stadiums. Whistle on the play. Referee comes in and says something to the other referee. They agree that it's first down, and the Bulldogs will take off now. 4 wide receivers, 2 right, 2 left. Handoff rough up the middle, and he's wrapped up really quick by number 1, Omar Brooks, but Brooks comes up. I thought he was limping, but that's a dance. Never mind. That's a tackle dance. Now he's holding his ankle like he's cramping. I think he's faking the.
It's a limp dance, yeah. Rough now with 14 carries, 50 yards.
I got a funny note to tell you about here in a second. Crest showing blitz. Here they come. Quick pass. Good job by Montgomery reading it. Shank reaches out close to a first down, and his 6'5", 6'6" body allows him to get very, very close. Shank listed at 6'1". That's a misprint. He's about 6'5".
Just about has the first down there, just inside the 50.
They've got to give that to him. Look at them eyeballing it from 52 yards away. Here they go. They're going to bring the chains across. I was about to say, Dan, it's too big of a game not to measure.
2 times in the game?
Twice in a game. We just set a high school football record. 21-17, 6:54 to play.
Now the Bulldogs will finish up the regular season next Friday night at home. It'll be senior night as Bulldogs host RS Central.
First down, Bulldogs. Pegram Insurance, first down.
But remember, that's next Friday night at Ron Green Stadium. RS Central in for senior night. And guess what?
What's that?
A week from tomorrow afternoon, we'll find out who everybody's playing.
In the playoffs. Excited, like we talked about earlier, there could possibly be 3 state champions from the SMAC conference. 6:51 and counting. Bulldogs down 4. Fourth quarter. Clock ran for a second. Now it stopped. A little confusion about what's going on. I think they're getting the chain gang set up. They ought to put that second back on the clock. Now we're winding it. 6:45 and playing. Montgomery in the shotgun. He's rechecking, calling a little audible, Dan. Montgomery looks. He's got Jalen Hill wide open. Now he's going deep. Throw it deep. He's got him. He does. Jalen Hill up. Oh, the Crest defender did a great job getting back on it. He was beat. Traquan Hopper was beat, and he caught up on the pass. Montgomery let that one float a little bit, Dan. It kind of just stayed up in the air for a second. He had him beat. Put it up in the air, allowing Hopper to get back and make a defensive play. Great play by the corner.
But another big third down opportunity here. All right, third down. Second down for the Bulldogs, yes.
2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs. Montgomery's going to keep it, and the Red Sea parted, and he's up to the 45. One's got him marked at the 44. The other one's got him marked at the 46. Well, they can split the difference, put him at the 45. So 3rd and about 4, about 5. They got to get. If they get to the 40, it's a first down. You guys can see that line to your right. If they can get to that 40-yard line, it's a first down. The first down marker is just inside the 39. Oh, and the Bulldogs got him to jump. First down, Bulldogs, the oldest. The trick for playing the book, Dan. The Bulldogs like to use that when they rush the guys up. Montgomery gives the hard count and nose tackle. Try to get a nose tackle or somebody to jump, and they did a good job there. First down, Bulldogs, sponsored by Pilgrim Insurance.
Bailey to the front gate. Bailey to the front gate.
Linking it up 41-14 over West Caldwell. Like I said, almost every other game in our area tonight is a blowout except the East Rutherford RS Central game. South Point up 34-10. The big surprise tonight is right now East Lincoln is up 42-0 on Maiden, Dan. And Andre picked Maiden to win.
Well, Andre, it's really not a surprise to me.
I'll tell you in a minute. Montgomery looking deep. Reggie Shank just got held. Fumbles. Crest picks up the ball. Face mask. There was a tackle on Montgomery, and they're calling it dead back at the 46. Reggie Shank was tackled, Dan. There should have been a flag on that. No flag when Montgomery waved. Intentional grounding. No fumble. Intentional grounding on Montgomery, and that'll be a loss of down. So we'll see where that ball ends up at. Intentional grounding, and that's going to save the Bulldogs the ball and maybe the game, Dan. Everybody thought Montgomery just fumbled it away.
It's going to move the ball back to where?
We don't know yet. Announcer just said second long. He didn't want to count it. They're marking it at the 41, so that's 9 yards. About 29, 28 to go. Burns down 4. They need a big play. Montgomery back to pass, looking deep. Toss it deep. He's got a man. Shank. Oh, it's picked off by Crest. Number 4's got it. He's coming back. Across the 50. 45, 30. Montgomery. Tyler Rowe's going to take him out at the 30. Interception. Jordan Oates with a pick. Montgomery once again, Dan, just let the ball float and allowed the safety to come over. We got penalty flags down. Penalty flags are down. I would imagine a block in the back or holding or something on the return. It looks in a location like that, but Montgomery just floats it up there and allows the safety to come over the top.
Personal foul against, is that both teams? Or just
no, there's a holding.
Holding, okay.
On Crest. So they're going to back it up 10 yards from the spot of the foul. 5:12 to play, 21-17, and the Bulldogs just threw a pick. Chris Montgomery floats the ball up, had Shank open. That's twice on this drive he had a receiver open and just let the ball float down, just a little, trying to be too touchy with it.
I believe that's the first turnover in this game. Am I correct?
I think it is.
Yes. It is.
All right, Dan, so here's what's got to happen. It's 5:12 to play. Crest has the ball on the 45. The Bulldogs have to make a stop soon. They can't give up more than 1 or 2 first downs here at all. If they give up 2, you might want to write this one down in the books. But, hey, you did the Crest-Shelby games. Anything
can go on, I tell you. Well, I think Matt Bean's discussing something with the head ref over there.
Yeah, you can see there at the bottom of your screen, Coach Beam's talking about something. All right, 1st and 10. Here we go, Dan. 5:12. Crest going to try to pound this ball and get this clock running. Up the middle, Jalen Moore. He's got 4 yards. Maybe 5-yard gain up to the 50. You can see the clock running. Clock is ticking. 2nd 5, Dan. If they really need to stop them on this first down try. Like I said, if they give up 2, maybe 3 first downs, this game will be a Chargers victory. So the Bulldogs got to get it together on defense. Here we go. They're back in the Wildcat. Send 2 wide receivers out. Moore's going to keep it this time. So Big Sedarius gets in the backfield and Ramsor. And it looks like if he got anything, he got about 6 or 7 inches, Dan.
Yes.
Clock is ticking. 3rd and 5. Here we go. This may be the play of the game at this point. Crest needs a first down. If they get a first down, they can waste at least another minute or 2 off the clock and make the Bulldogs stop them. 12 seconds on the play clock. They're having some problems with some earpieces and stuff right now. They're probably going to call a timeout. Coach Barnes is talking to the referee. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 on the clock. Timeout. Timeout. Crest Chargers, 4:11 to play. We'll be right back.
Bundle it up. That's the way to save, and it's true with farm equipment too. That's why West End Sales in Vail has bundled up a 2013 35 horsepower diesel Coyote tractor with a loader and a 4-year warranty, plus a new equipment trailer and a new 6-foot box blade, all for $17,500, or get payments as low as $301 per month with 0 money down. See West End for all the details. West End Sales, Highway 18 274 intersection in Vail. Or for more information, go to westendsales.com.
Stamey Funeral Home, serving Cleveland and surrounding counties since 1900. Stamey Funeral Home is owned and operated by the Tysinger family, loving and caring licensed professionals. Our family is here for your family during one of the most difficult periods in life, planning, pre-planning, or pre-need counseling. We're here to listen, care, and help. That's what families are all about. Stamey Funeral Home, located in Boston. Our family serving your family.
All right, here we go. 4:11 to play. 3rd down play of the game so far here. Chargers needing 5. I would imagine we'll see the option with P.J. Brooks. Coach Beam is on the field now, arguing with the referees. Now there's something else they want to talk about. They're going to get it organized.
Well, there've been several conferences between Coach Beam and the officials tonight.
All right, here we go. Look for the option. Brooks hands it up the middle. Stopped immediately by the defensive line. Let's see who that was. Is that Big Sad? That's Josh Ramsor, number 55. No, that was Big Sad. Big Sad, my defensive player to watch, Dan, comes through on 3rd and 5, stops the ball in the backfield. No gain from Jalen Moore. Bulldogs will receive the punt with about 3 minutes to go on the clock. Bulldogs haven't returned a punt yet tonight. They've let everything bounce. Let's see if they return this one. Trejo is in the kick for the Chargers. Like I said, Jalen Hill Back deep for the Bulldogs. Very good return man for Burns. Snap's good. Punt. Almost blocked by Michael Tate. Jalen's going to let it bounce again. No, he's going to catch it. It would have went in towards the end zone. Good job just stopping it there, Dan.
Yeah,
that could have got dangerous real quick.
He catches it and goes down right there.
I just saw a referee help Darius Byers off the ground, and it was everything he had to get him up. 3:07 to play, though, folks. 21-17. What a game we got over here. I know everybody at home is on the edge of their seats. I know the guys back in the studio are on the edge of their seats. Say hello to Dennis and Tom and Lewis and Steve and Dakota. Guys, we got a good one up here, 21-17, and the Bulldogs are ready to rock. 5 wide receivers. And they called something illegal before we started. False start on the Bulldogs. As you can hear from that Crest fan, Dan, he thinks they've been doing it all day. In fact, you can hear a crowd mic here. Out here, we're on the Crest side. Our camera is actually on the Burn side, so if it looks or sounds a little off on some of the things we're saying, that's what we're talking about here. I want to thank our cameraman tonight, Freddie Farley. Also, folks, tomorrow you can see photos of tonight's game. I'm trying to get them up on Facebook tonight. Do it tomorrow, definitely. There's a swing pass right side. Montgomery's got a receiver. Jalen Hill is going to get up to the 26-yard line.
A 14-yard pickup.
Now, they need a touchdown, folks. They're down 4. 2:50 and counting. Bulldogs back to the line of scrimmage. They got 5 wide. Montgomery's playing by himself out there. He's going to keep it and get this first down. They're going to stop the clock, get back up to the line of scrimmage. 2:37 play. 21-17. Bulldogs driving. Looks like they need, 70 yards to pay dirt, Dan. 70 yards to the win. Montgomery in the backfield. 5 wide receivers, 3 right, 2 left. It is picked off by the line. Defensive lineman picks it off for the Chargers. And that might do it, folks. The defensive lineman. Let's see who's got the ball. Number 1, Omar Brooks with the pick on the defensive line. Montgomery tried to dump it to a slant, and it was picked by the end.
And one of the factors we talked about in this game is turnovers. There were no turnovers until this fourth quarter, and 2 by the Bulldogs may have doomed them.
We talked all night before the game, during the pregame, everything. The Bulldogs' Achilles heel was the turnovers. And this fourth quarter, I mean, you get beat by 4 points, Dan, and turn over twice in the fourth quarter. That's the reason why. Timeout on the field. Timeout on the field. We'll be right back at Crest. Burns trails 21-17, and the Chargers have the ball.
The pre-holiday sales event is underway at Full Throttle Power Sports in Gastonia. Hey, you can even lay away for Christmas. Pick up this week's What's Up Shopper. Check out the great deals. From the 2013 Yamaha Star to the 2013 Polaris Ranger 500 Crew. Ask about special financing available. Apply today, ride today. Good credit, bad credit, or no credit. Come on in and see what Full Throttle Power Sports can do for you. Full Throttle Power Sports, exit 22 off I-85 in Gastonia. Here's a special money-saving message from Putnam Distributors in Patterson Springs. If you use petroleum products, you should consider a generic brand. Major brands charge premium rates covering national advertising and promotions. Good generic brand packages their own products and meets manufacturer specifications, and they can sell at a lower price because of lower overhead. Our generic brands include Wolfhead, Coastal, AutoGuard, and Lubriguard. Buy these brands and you cut your costs. See Putnam Distributors, 1626 Peterson Drive, Patterson Springs.
All right, welcome back to the action. Jalen Moore ran around for about 20 seconds there, Dan. And the flag comes down. We'll probably have a holding here on the first play, as Crest is 1 first down away basically from ending this ball game, but not so fast, my friends. as a hold is going to make it 1st and 22, it looks like. Rounded up some scores for you guys listening tonight. I'll get you what you need to know here in a few minutes.
And they'll have all the scores for you on the Marburger
Yes.
post-game show.
Tune in tonight, folks, for the Marburger post-game show. Whether you're a Crest fan, a Burns fan, talk a little smack, talk a little junk on the Marburger Auto post-game show. Call in. We only talk about what you guys call in about. So call in. We'll talk. You can watch on ktcbroadcasting.com. And if you got the Ustream app on your tablets, just search Big O Country. Jalen Moore looking to pass. He's going to throw it. He's got a man deep. Jalen Hill up. And it's incomplete in the end zone. Now, I thought it was, Burns declined the hold, Dan.
Okay.
So that's why I was like, why are they way up here? But Burns declined the hold. Now that makes it 3rd and 12. And Crest, Dan, with 1:50 to play, call a halfback pass.
No.
They got Dallas Cowboys syndrome. You're supposed to run the ball, run the clock here.
Well, good.
Well, yeah, if you're a Burns fan, you're happy Jason Garrett's down there calling plays. Wow, I cannot believe they just did that. Now Crest is in 5 wide receivers. They've run the ball all night, Dan. And then now Burns just jumped off sides. Wow, what are they doing? So that's going to change Crest's play calling. They just went 5 wide for the first time tonight. Third and about 6 or 7, Dan. This is it, folks. Five wide receivers. Crest still in 5 wide. They're going to. I think they'll end up calling timeout here, and then they're going to try to get them jump again. I think they end up calling timeout. I don't know if they want to run a play, but they're trying to run the clock out, and they got 5 wide. Oh, they are going to. PJ, quarterback keeper, up the middle, no linebacker. First down, and that's going to do it, folks. That should do it, as long as they. Oh, I can't do the time. I'm trying to do the time in my head. It's going to be very close. Burns possibly could get the ball back with 20 seconds or so, but they're going to have to make a stop right now, get a turnover, something. So 25 seconds, and 25 is 50. Another 25 makes it 1:15. So if they get 3 stops, it's going to be very close. Burns might have 10 seconds left if they get the ball back, Dan. They run a quarterback keeper with 5 wide receivers out there, and Burns can't stop it. And now they're back into the Wildcat, and they're going to pound that ball in.
It may be nil time here. No, they're going to run it.
Well, they'd rather score here if they can, because they don't want to just run the clock and then give them the ball here. I'm sure they'll kick a field goal, too. Timeout on the field. We'll be right back in just a minute.
Brings.
At Real Talk, they will buy, sell, or trade Androids, iPhones, and all electronics of value. Real Talk offers Androids and iPhones on America's largest network with no contract, credit check, or deposit. Real Talk is located on Highway 18 on the corner at the traffic light in Fallston. Call 704-312-6091. Open 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday and 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturday. Real Talk.
Here, Lizard.
All right, Dan. Folks, 1:14. Crest has the ball on the 11. 2nd and 8. Bulldogs can get the ball back with a little bit of time, but we've seen some miracles this year, Dan. What they can't do is give up a touchdown here. They give up a touchdown, it's over.
Crest is not committed a turnover tonight. This is where the Bulldogs need one.
Moore's going to run inside the 10. It's just really hard to get a turnover when the team doesn't risk the ball. When they threw that ball in the end zone, I mean, they pretty much risk everything they had on that play. Another timeout. We'll be right back. KTCBroadcasting.com.
Lizard.
Oh no, it's total mayhem.
Hurry, call your good neighbor.
You can't. They're not even there.
Why, they can't even lend a good hand.
Relax. At Pegram Insurance, we've got you covered. Pegram Insurance Agency, 220 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, and in the Town and Country Shopping Center in Lincoln. Parker Farm Service in Kings Mountain has America's top-selling subcompact tractor of the decade, the Kubota BX Series. And now you can save big with this special offer from Kubota and Parker Farm Service. Now you can buy the new Kubota BX Series tractor for zero money down, 0% APR financing for 60 months, but that's not all. You get a $500 customer instant rebate. Find out all the details at Parker Farm Service, 126 Bessie Drive at the Oak Grove, Highway 74 Bypass intersection, Kings Mountain.
And we're back. Dan, what we got here?
Well, it's if we come back here, 1:07 left. It's 3rd and 4 for Crest at the 8-yard line of the Bulldogs.
Burns does not want a score here. Sometimes with a minute left, you want to give up. Just let them score, and then you'll have a minute to score back. But that's in a tie game. Now it's 21-17 down 4. They have to stop them on this play. And not only can they not give up a touchdown, Dan, they got to keep them from getting a first down because they can still get the first down. So this is a huge play for Burns. They got to stop them in the backfield, basically. And if they stop them, they'll have about 40 seconds to tie them after a kickoff. But here we go. 3rd and 4. In the Wildcat. Moore to the right side. He's got a push. He's in. Almost in the score. He's down to the 1, and that's going to do it for the ball game, folks. The Crest Chargers are going to win here tonight versus the Burns Bulldogs. 1st and goal, Chargers on the 1.
The 2 first downs on this drive for Crest, their first 2 first downs of the second half.
Wow.
It's been 3 and out.
2 first downs in the second half, and they were on this drive. Is that what you said?
Yes.
And on this drive. And that's what they needed, folks. The huge turnover. Montgomery threw a pick to the defensive end. And the time is going. Crest in the victory formation. They're not going to try to score here. Just going to take the knee and get out of here as the Chargers are going to win on senior night over the Burns Bulldogs, 21-17. Is that 3 years in a row the Chargers have beaten Burns?
No, it's a sack 2 years in a row.
2 years in a row the Chargers have beaten the Bulldogs. That's it, folks. The Chargers have won 21-17 over the Bulldogs. Call into the postgame show, folks. Call in. Let's talk some Chargers. Let's talk some Bulldogs. I'm sure Dennis Davis and Tom Cinefani will be all ready for tonight's action. Final score, 21-17, Medical Arts Pharmacy Scoreboard. We'll be right back in just a few moments with the stats and the scores from around the area.
Where are you eating breakfast today? Have you tried the Hub Cafe located inside Medical Arts Pharmacy? The Hub opens at 7 a.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. on Saturday, serving an old-fashioned country breakfast at affordable prices. You'll find homemade biscuits, bacon, country sausage, country ham, liver mush, eggs, omelets, all cooked to order on the grill. Call 487-0511 or come on into the Hub Cafe for a delicious country breakfast located inside Medical Arts Pharmacy, 108 Grover Street, Shelby.
The leaves are falling, and so are the prices at S&R Auto Sales in Shelby. Now is the time to hurry into S&R Auto Sales in Shelby for great fall savings. And down payments start as little as $699. Pick up this week's What's Up Shopper for their selection or visit their website at srautosales.com. And be sure to play their sports trivia question of the week. The leaves are falling, and so are the prices at S&R Auto Sales in Shelby, your buy here, pay here headquarters, and the home of the satisfied customer.
For 22 years, Little Hardware and Garden Center has been serving you with the best selection of hardware, lawn and garden supplies, and a wide variety of dog and other animal feed. Ed and Linda Lell thank you for your patronage over the years. And now, check out the low prices on 40 and 50-pound bags of dog food at Lil Hardware. Plus, local honey is now available. Lil Hardware and Garden Center, Highway 18 between Shelby and Falston. Visa, MasterCard, and Discover cards accepted.
Take 36% off. That's right, 36% off during the Samsung bestsellers at your nearest Hendrick Appliance location, including Samsung washers, dryers, and refrigerators. Plus, take 20% off Samsung's best-selling ranges and ovens. It's a red, white, and blue savings sale going on right now at your nearest Hendrick Appliance, 2689 East Main Street in Boger City, 4027 East Franklin Boulevard in Gastonia, and 1241 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby.
Cleveland County's largest selection of home medical equipment is at Medical Arts Pharmacy. You'll find jazzy power chairs, motorized scooters, manual wheelchairs, walkers, canes, crutches, hospital beds, ostomy supplies, diabetic shoes and socks, compression hose, as well as other medical equipment and supplies. Medical Arts Pharmacy, 108 Grover Street, across from the hospital in Shelby.
I'm ready.
And welcome back tonight, folks. You see the Crest Charger faithful celebrating their 21-17 win over the Bulldogs. And what matters is what's on the scoreboard, Dan, but what the stats tell us a little bit different story. Burns, for the most part, had a pretty good night in the stat book. And I don't want to say a dominating performance over Crest, but it's pretty close. Burns outgained them, outdid everything to them until the fourth quarter, Dan, when we had two crucial turnovers by the Bulldogs. We said that was their Achilles heel all year. It turned out to be tonight. And, of course, Crest didn't have a first down in the whole second half until the last drive and got two huge first downs. So that's the story here in the ball game. Dan's gonna tell you the stats on the right jury stat sheet.
Okay, let's get back to what you said in the second half. If I can get my summary sheets ready here. The Bulldogs, rather the Chargers, went 3 and out in their first 3 possessions of the second half before the final turnover, the interception by Crest of the Montgomery pass, got the ball, and they kept the ball on the ground and got a couple first downs to, run the clock out and win this game. So it's a big thing here, but, it doesn't matter necessarily about the stats. It matters what's on the scoreboard. And Crest hands Burns their first defeat of the year, 21-17 the final on that Medical Arts Pharmacy scoreboard. It's time for the Real Talk here on the Stamey Funeral Home postgame show. It's time for the Real Talk postgame summary, brought to you by Real Talk, located on the corner at the stoplight in downtown Falston. The Bulldogs in the first quarter scored first. They took the opening kickoff, drove it 80 yards, 7 plays. Gillette called a 15-yard scoring pass from Montgomery. Dorsey booted the extra point, 7-0 Burns, with about 8.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Late in the first quarter, Crest got on the board, a 3-play, 70-yard drive. The big play, of course, the 65-yard pass completion play from Brooks to Moore. Tahoe booted the extra point. It was 7-7 after one quarter, Bulldogs and Chargers. We went to the second quarter. The Bulldogs retook the lead early in the quarter. An 8-play, 80-yard drive. Montgomery ran the final 16 for the score. Dorsey booted the extra point, and with 10:59 left, second quarter, the Bulldogs were up 14-7. But before half, the Chargers put a couple touchdowns on the board. A Jalen Moore 4-yard carry for a touchdown. Tao booted the extra point, and he did so in the second. Moore touchdown, a 2-yarder, and the teams went to halftime with Crest leading 21-14. We were scoreless in the third quarter. scoreless in the third quarter. And so going into the fourth quarter, it was still 21-14, Crest leading the Bulldogs. Early in the quarter, in fact, with 11:05 left in the final frame, Dorsey booted a 31-yard field goal to make it 21-17, and a couple of turnovers the remainder of that quarter by the Bulldogs. The only two turnovers of the game, a couple INTs of Montgomery passes by Crest, and hey, Chargers win their ninth straight game, a 21-17 victory over the Bulldogs. That's our Real Talk game summary brought to you by Real Talk, located on the corner at the stoplight downtown Boston. Now it's time for the Wright's Jewelry stat sheet, brought to you by Wright's Jewelry on Highway. Passing, 2 INTs. Among those, he had, of course, the 15-yard touchdown pass to Gillette among his passing yards tonight. So 13 of 26 in the air, 2 INTs, 184 yards passing for Montgomery. So 204 on the ground, 184 in the air. The Bulldogs 388 total offensive yards. And listen to his first down total, 24 first down. You compare the two, it makes no difference. You look at the scoreboard, that's what the difference is.
That's what counts.
That's
man.
right. That's the major stat here. 21-17, Crest defeats the Bulldogs here tonight at Sid Bryson Stadium. Bulldogs penalized 4 times for 45 yards. Bulldogs now 9-1 on the season. They'll be at home next Friday night against RS Central. It'll be senior night. A win for the Bulldogs next Friday night would, depends on what happens in the Crest Shelby game. Now the Bulldog faithful will be pulling for Shelby to beat Crest to win next week to create a 3-way tie in the SMAC conference.
But as far as the seeding goes in the playoffs now,
more than likely Crest and Burns will be in different divisions.
That's what I'm saying. Crest, Burns, and Shelby will all be in different divisions.
And number 1 seed should be number 1 seeds out of the conference. So as far as the conference goes, but Crest, by the way, now 9-1 on the season. Bulldogs 9-1 on the season. Crest, by the way, as you know, plays at Blount Memorial Stadium, Pearlie Allen Field at Shelby next week, and you can watch and listen to that game.
As
KTC
always.
Broadcasting, the Shelby crew, Brent Pasco and Jeff Jones will have it for you. They'll also be on WOHS, and the Crest crew, Andy Foster and Robbie Roop and Amy Foster will have it for you on KTC Broadcasting next Friday night.
All right, Dan, another close game tonight, and as always, between the Bulldogs and the Chargers, folks, if you're looking out at the parking lot, Dan, we might be here a while. So do some campfire or something. But you're listening to the Stamey Funeral Home post-game show. We got some special awards and stuff to give out before we get out of here tonight. What a good game for both teams. Hard-fought game. Turnovers, of course, was a story on our end and what we thought. Special teams player of the game tonight, brought to you by Bill Shuford Heating and Air, Dan.
It's got to be Cody Dorsey again. He got hit. He hit two of his extra points. Kicked the field goal. Cody just a great year kicking for the Bulldogs.
Michael Tate was about a foot and a half on 5 different punts. That's added together from blocking a punt or two.
That could have been. Yeah, let's do special teams players tonight.
Gillette getting in there, almost blocking him. I mean, just so close. He almost changed the game. Not Gillette, but Michael Tate. I thought he did a good job attempting to block the punts. Never blocked one, but he did a good job almost getting there. We didn't return any punts, so the Bulldogs didn't, except for the last one Hill caught to keep it from rolling back near the end zone run. That was right before the Montgomery interception to the defensive line, and you just don't expect that, Dan. You don't expect drop back and the defensive lineman stick his hands up there and snatch it.
No.
It's a heartbreaking feeling. I'm sure Chris is feeling pretty bad about it. The Crest Chargers folks here tonight, folks, they are partying it up. The parking lots are at a standstill, Dan. We might need a helicopter to get where we're going tonight.
Okay.
Defensive player of the game brought to you by Computer Connections. Defensive player of the game tonight for the Bulldogs. I'm going to actually go with the player I talked before the game. His job was to bust up the middle. It was my player to watch for the game, Cedarius Byers. He made a couple of huge plays and stops. In the second half, of course, they needed one more stop there on the fourth quarter. That they, like Dan said, they didn't even get a first down the whole second half there to that last drive, and they needed one then. But Cedarius did a good job on the defensive line, made a lot of big plays down there tonight. I want to hats off to some of the linebackers too. They did a good job on the option as well. And Dan, our offensive player of the game tonight, brought to you by S&R Auto Sales. It really can't be anyone other than Chris Montgomery, the offense.
Yeah, he was our Aurora Supermarket player to watch offensively. He did the job tonight.
I'd like to give an honorable mention to Denzel Gillette.
Yeah.
Gillette had a good game at receiver tonight. Actually, a really good game at receiver tonight.
I think he had something like 5 receptions tonight, including the touchdown catch on a reception.
And when you're 6'9" and you have a 5'8" kid guarding you, you fully expect to do just that. And he did a good job. I thought maybe they kind of got away from him in the second half, Dan. Like I said, he only had 5 catches. And when you're that big, maybe you'd like to get maybe 8 or 9 from him in a game like this against your rival. But nonetheless, Chris Montgomery tonight, Dan told you the stats. What did he have again?
Well, he had 135 rushing, 184 passing. That's touchdown.
So that's 300 and about 10, 15 yards of offense from Chris Montgomery.
Yeah, he had a touchdown. He threw for a touchdown passing, and he ran for a touchdown rushing. So, good night for him. He's our
offensive player of the game brought to you by S&R Auto Sales. And finally, our overall player of the game brought to you by Lale Hardware for the 4th year in a row. I want to thank the gang over at Lale Hardware for everything they do. Player of the game tonight, Dan. I guess we're going to go with Montgomery. He had pretty much the whole offense, although the interception there at the end killed him. But Montgomery the other night was the star of the show tonight for this Burns Bulldogs offense. So my overall player of the game tonight going to Chris Montgomery, sponsored by Lale Hardware, folks. If you want the Crest broadcast, those guys are doing the players, the games, and them for them. We're doing the Burns. So if you guys were just here listening to that, that's what we were doing.
But a couple of things I want to mention. The big rivalry game between Burns and Shelby 3 weeks ago, Burns won it by 4 points.
Right.
Burns and Crest tonight, another big rivalry game, 4 points.
Right.
What do we expect from Shelby and Crest next week?
I fully expect a 4-point game. I don't know if Crest can stop the Shelby passing attack. It's a little bit more polished. As Burns Montgomery looks to run a whole lot more than R.J. George does. George slings it quite a bit, so it'll be quite another interesting matchup between the 3 yards in a cloud of dust versus the spread offense. So we'll see the same offense next week. It's actually good preparation tonight for Crest playing Burns and then Shelby. So next week we'll have a big game. Shelby and Crest. Burns, of course, will have a senior night hosting RS Central. Folks, we've had a good broadcast night, good game. We're going to go sit in the parking lot for about an hour, it looks like. And what do you think, Dan? You've been here before.
Well, we'll be here a while, but we remind you to listen to the Marburger postgame show. They'll have all the scores for you. Shelby won tonight for the Shelby faithful. They won tonight up at Drawn.
SD7 champion crowned tonight as the East Lincoln Mustangs blowout Maiden 42-0 up at East Lincoln. So the Mustangs put it on the Blue Devils, and they will win the SD7. Next week, their Southern Piedmont 1A, 2A comes down to the rivalry, Dan, the Bessemer City Yellow Jackets. And the Cherville Ironmen will face off for the first place and the number 1 seed out of that conference. Other conferences, I think South Point clinched tonight with 11-0 season. So all the conferences are done except for this one.
And on the radio side tomorrow, remember it's the big game in North Carolina. Actually, it means nothing. State and Carolina tomorrow from Carter, Finley, and Raleigh. And airtime will be around 11:30. Kickoff at 12:30 tomorrow afternoon.
All right, for Andre Bush, Freddie Farley, the Crest gang sitting here right next to us. For all the guys back in the studios tonight, Steve Roberts, Dakota Wisnett, and the gang here on the post-game show and the pre-game show. Thank you all for tonight. Send your wishes and prayers and get well stuff to Calvin. He's doing a good job, and we'll welcome him back in a couple weeks if he can make it. It's been a good night, good game. Crest wins 21-17 on the Medical Arts Pharmacy Scoreboard. Thanks for watching Burns Bulldogs broadcast on ktcbroadcasting.com and the Ustream app. Have a pleasant good evening and good night, folks. And tune into that postgame show. Give Dennis and Steve and Lewis and Tom a call. Thank you, and have a pleasant good evening and good night.